And I have nothing.
Oh gosh. Cue the music, man. Just cue the music. Just cue the music.
Yeah. Man, King, I feel like I ain't seen you in a while, man. Everything good, man? Is your team losing?
And they lost yesterday.
I mean, my bad, man. I didn't mean to say it. My bad, man. Just hate to hear that, man. I want everybody's teams to win. YouTube. Glow Yard Gang. What's good, everybody? Welcome to a brand spanking new episode, guys, of We Talk Mavs. Where we talk Mavs from a fan's perspective. Listen, man. It is a guy who team won yesterday. It is your boy, Real. And joining me is the man is jealous of this victory. And that's that boy King. What up, man?
Not much. Not jealous at all. You know it's gonna end up. You know we playing each other in the first.
Yeah,
round.
I know, man.
You already know it's gonna come to that situation.
Listen, if y'all win, y'all cheated. Okay, I'm just letting you know that.
Hey,
now,
man.
It's all
It's
good.
all good. I can't wait for it. We can definitely put up a bet or something like that. But let's get to the show, man. We got special guests in the house. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, man. Listen, guys, y'all already know what time it is, man. We got this special round table of guys, good friends of ours, man, who we love talking Mavs with. Go ahead and introduce these guys and drop it. First up, we have TGK TV on.
Yeah.
What up, TGK?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am TGK, and I'm in the building. How y'all doing, man?
Oh, nope.
Can't
Pretty
complain
good.
at all, TGK. Can't complain at all.
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. And up next, man, we got one half of the Dallas Prospects. We got that boy Enyi and Doko.
Hey.
Enyi.
What up,
man?
people? What up, people? Can do
What up,
good,
brother?
but you know, it's fine. Whatever. I'm African. That's my name all the time. It's been a part of my life and DNA.
Yes,
He
sir.
said he's saying not a coach.
Ain't nobody died. And of course, man, we can't go without these two guys, man. These are the superstars of the show today, man. We got the dynamic duo of Bibs and Reese on of the Mavs Outsiders. Fellas.
Go O's.
Hey, tell him.
Oh, Reese, come on, man. Start that cussing, man. Let's just watch your language, man. Watch
We got the Baltimore brothers in the house, by the way. This is cool.
first time in history, man.
You know
Dude,
what's going on.
dude.
They're trying to get this to happen for so long. I thought, like, two Baltimore guys couldn't be in the same room or something.
Almost spit my Sprite out all over this lap.
Oh, man. Fellas, listen, man. It's good to have y'all on, man. Y'all know how we do this, man. We just be talking these Mavs. We definitely appreciate y'all hopping on early in the morning, crust still in our eyes and everything. It's all good. We just had a pretty good draft. Pretty good draft. Just want to kind of get y'all's opinion on it, man. What y'all think about the draft and what did y'all give it as a grade? So let me start with Enyi, man. What was your opinion on the draft, man? What grade did you give it?
All right, so during the broadcast, me and TGK, I was guest starring on TGK's live show. I wanted the Mavs to at least come out of that day with more than one player added to the team. And by the time we went to bed, unfortunately, we went to bed early. It was just Derek Lively. I liked the pick. He fit well. But post that, I kind of get the feeling that a lot of people who follow the Mavericks, especially on Twitter, who aren't dumb, actually was more excited about the move they made later on in the draft, which was adding Rashawn Holmes and Omax Prosper. I thought by the end of the day and the night, it was an A draft night. They made some really good moves. It's about time that our GM actually GM'd.
Say that again, Any.
Our GM actually GM'd. I feel like we haven't seen anything like that. I feel like it kind of feels like ever, but I don't want to get too much in the negative. This is a time to celebrate. It's a time to look forward to. So I thought it was a great night.
Awesome.
What you got, TGK?
I mean, yeah, we were on that broadcast, and as when it came time to the pick, we were throwing so many ideas around, and especially when we traded, or before we traded, I was like, we need to trade down at least a pick or two, and then pick Lively, because at that point, that's all you had, that made sense. So when we got off, I felt like we agreed, me and Annie, we hit a double, that night, and then when that last trade came through, I looked up Omax. I'm like, who is it? And you saw the way he plays. His length, dude got like a 100-foot wingspan. I'm exaggerating, but it felt like a home run after the night was over. And I mean, I'm grading it an A+ because you've never seen anything like that from a Mavs GM, and the fact that you addressed literally 3 positions of need in a way. I mean, hats off to Nico, man.
I agree. What about you, Bibs? What you got?
Yeah, I got to give it an A. I think you go into the night with the 10th pick. Like any, I was hoping that we would come out of the draft with additional player and a prospect. I was hoping for a prospect and a veteran. It looks like Nico had a plan, is what I'll say. Like, it looks like he had a plan. Like, Derek Lively was a guy people were talking about us potentially drafting at 10. Mm-hmm. And we not only did we get him at 12, but we got rid of Davis Bertans' contract. And then later, we this is something we don't get. We don't get to be the team to inherit a player plus a pick. So to be able to absorb Rashawn Holmes as a dump, even though he's a guy that Mavs fans have been thirsting over for so long, plus get the additional pick, and apparently Nico's very high on Omax. So to get a guy that looks like a Dorian Finney-Smith upgrade, like Dorian Finney-Smith plus on the roster as again, just payment for taking on, again, a guy that we've been kind of halfway wanting here for the past 3 years, I don't see how you can have any complaints about how it went down.
What you got, Reese?
Yeah, I give it an A, man. Like Viv said, it seems like Nico had a plan going in, especially since I believe before the draft, he promised Omax that he would draft him. Mm-hmm. So he was in Omax is not projected to go in the top 10, so we damn sure wasn't using pick 10 on him. Once we got to 10, and the only guys I could really see us drafting left with Derek Lively and Cam Whitmore, I kind of expect us to trade back, because I know people have had Derek Lively going at 10, but I think there's prospects that will go over him. I didn't expect us to only trade back 2 spots, so we got off the Bertans contract, only lost 2 spots in the draft. I personally did want Jordan Hawkins, but I like Derek Lively, and I think Derek Lively is probably a bigger need on the team. I wasn't expecting us to make another move. I believe it was Shams that said, like, Nico Harrison is, like, actively in the trade market trying to use the TPE. And I think we all know we have PTSD the Mavs never properly used. So Nico took care of that, like, immediately. When we got to the later end of the first round, I found out we got Omax. I'm like, okay, I'm not familiar with this dude. Like, let me look this guy up. I follow some guys on YouTube who do scouting reports, looked it up. I said, I'm in. Like, what I see, I like this guy just from defense alone, like on-ball defense alone, ability to cut. Still a young prospect, so obviously some things to work on, but I think the Dorian Finney-Smith comparisons are accurate, and I think he's better coming into the NBA than Dorian was coming into the NBA. So the upside is definitely there. But yeah, man, I don't see how. I mean, I know there are some, but I don't see how you could not be happy with this draft.
Yeah, you know it ain't 100% across the board. You're gonna have that little pocket of people, man. What about you, King? What's on your mind, man? I know
I'm
we
not
kind of
going.
talked about it yesterday, but yeah.
I'm not going to take up too much time. We talked about it yesterday, and they're the stars of the show. But a couple things to the ability, the raw ability of these guys they drafted. It fits the need that we need. So just coming out the door as far as from college to the NBA, what they're supposed to be great at is what we need. And also we're going to use another baseball reference. If we using that, this is a stand-up triple for me. It has the possibility where guys waving him around, he can do in the park home run.
And
Like
Park
you said,
on, yeah.
it depends on basically what the guys do. I need to see the season to give it that far as saying it's a home run, but it's definitely an A. And like I told you, I think this is a top 5 draft, and at least my Maverick fan as far as history, as far as seeing guys do anything. This is top 5 and has the possibility to be maybe the second best behind Luka and Jalen Brunson. So that's my opinion. Giving
Hey,
it an
do y'all remember the year we drafted Nahara and Darnell Marshall and Courtney Alexander?
A. Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember when they had made their impact as soon as they came in? Like they were part of the rotation. They were guys you count on or whatever.
Nahara's my dude. I told you.
Like that's what I kind of think. I'm not saying that they the same level as far as talent or whatever, but like that's what this kind of reminds me of. You got some guys that you can plug in immediately and they can make an impact on the team. Like you said, Derek Lively. I don't know if he's gonna start or not. I think a lot of people think he will, but he definitely fits that need. Like you said, Omax fits that need. We needed a long, lengthy wing guy. You know what I'm saying? They can guard 1 through 5 like we had with Dodo. He's younger. And like Reese said, he has more upside coming in right now. You know what I'm saying? So plus we've been wanting to upgrade the center position. I feel like Rashad Holmes is a better option than the guys we have right now. That goes without saying. Y'all see my name right there. So listen, I just feel like, man, I think like Bibb said, I think we talked about this with Mike. I feel like they finally took the reins off of Nico and let Nico do his job, man.
Yep.
Like he finally was in there to put his stamp on that, and like you said, he had a plan. When the last time we said the Mavericks had a plan and they actually executed the plan? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the one reason why everybody's grading this as an A. It's like, wow, they just did something and it actually worked out. You know what I mean? It's like they actually had a plan to something and they executed the plan. Because it made like Reese, like a Bib said, it even made it better to where you heard Nico said this and then they did it. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, okay. So now this gives me confidence that when we get to free agency, then it's sky's the limit on what Nico gonna be able to do.
Yep.
Let me start with Reese and Bibbs on this one because I know y'all just had a show, man, kind of playing GM. There are rumors.
Great show, by the way.
Yeah, great show, man.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I know there's rumors right now, man, with kind of to who we might get. Who are some names that y'all are hearing right now that I would love to see come to the Mavericks? I think Bibbs and me, Enyi and TGK and King kind of talked about this on their show after the draft, but like who some names y'all kind of hearing out there right now you wouldn't mind the Mavs going after, and will they be able to go after?
The main name I think we're all hearing is Grant Williams. I think that will likely be like a sign and trade situation, maybe if they can pull that off, if the Celtics want to keep him. Obviously, the most we can offer him is the MLE. But I'm gonna say this. I don't think I've said this. I've said this publicly. I just went on a friend's podcast. I gotta look up the name of the podcast. I went on the day before the draft, and I told him that Mavs fans may not like this opinion, but I'm gonna say it. I wouldn't be opposed to giving Dylan Brooks the MLE.
I'm in agreement.
Good night, everybody.
I'm definitely in agreement.
I wouldn't be opposed. And I think, and the reason I say that is because I think with guys like Kyrie and Luka being on the team, 2 guys who are most likely always going to have the ball in their hand, it limits his mistakes he can make on offense. And he brings the defense. He brings the toughness. He brings the defense. If he can get out of his own way and not say stupid stuff to people when we in dire moments in the playoffs, then cool. I don't want him taking those THJ shots like he was taking in Memphis. Granted, having Kyrie and Luka has not stopped THJ from doing that, but THJ is a different breed. THJ is a different breed. But I wouldn't mind Dylan Brooks, but it wouldn't be my first or second option.
Okay.
Or third or fourth or fifth. Oh, sorry.
I'm definitely not on board with the Dylan Brooks situation. It's hard for me to think about free agency because I don't know what Kyrie's about to do. And what Kyrie does is gonna potentially change everything that we're trying to do very dramatically. Like if he's here, we don't need that. We don't need much more scoring. We do need to go after. Maybe Dylan Brooks does make sense. If I have to pretend I don't know who he is, besides a guy that hustles on defense.
The idea of Dylan Brooks.
Yeah. Like a Dylan Brooks type. Like perhaps that does make sense in that scenario, but until I know what Kyrie's doing, it's hard for me to think about free agents. The thing I have heard and could become very real very quickly is that we are still trying to get DeAndre Ayton, and there may or may not be the framework of a deal already in place with Holmes and Tim Hardaway Jr. going.
I told you, King. I told you. I heard that too.
Hold on, Rob. You think I'm mad about that?
No. I'm not saying you're mad about it. Remember I told you that yesterday? I was telling you about the
Rashawn Holmes thing.
Rashawn Holmes thing. I heard
don't
that
make
too.
me. I like Rashawn Holmes. Keep going, Biz. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
No. So you talk to me like a week ago. I might have been a little bit more like, I don't know if I care to have Ayton on this roster, but now you get more defensive guys on the team. I start to see how Ayton can make sense. Like I start to look at
No, when yo, Wallace. He like Dylan Brooks, and then he like, no. He like
how you gonna like Dylan Brooks and be mad at Ayton?
I'm sorry. You know what? I've been holding this in for a long time. I've been quiet on the timeline. I'm tired of this shit with DeAndre Ayton. I don't want Big Weak on this team. I don't want Big. First of all, a lot of people pretend he's this defensive anchor. He's not terrible on defense. He's better than Dwight Powell. That's a low bar. Sorry, I had to go.
That's a very low bar.
But
my name.
DeAndre Ayton has the ability to be an all-star caliber center. But guess what? Too goddamn emotional. He playing in Phoenix where Devin Booker and KD, hey, these are the guys. You ain't really going to be getting post-up touches like that. So when you're not getting them, you're not locked in on defense.
So here's the thing, and this is why I'm a little bit more open to it.
Get him, Bibbs. I know what you
I might have been previously. He's been upset. That finals run, he was up, like his performance was up there with Booker and CP3. Like if you go back and look at how things were going, he was hooping.
He was like a top 5 center. Yeah,
he was showing the potential to be what we thought he was going to be when he was drafted. He's been disgruntled since then.
Yep.
Monty Williams did not like him, apparently.
Yep.
Yeah, that news came out.
They played with his money. They didn't want to pay him. And, maybe it's not right. Maybe he shouldn't have been so emotional that he couldn't perform on the court because they hurt his feelings or whatever. But coming into a new situation, it's a clean slate. He's going to have a chip on his shoulder. So I have to hope that we can get him back to that finals performance level. The fact that we know it's in there is why I'm willing to see it through. And he's still young. Like we acted like, he's in his prime. He's the same age. He's like 24. Like he's got time to figure out who he is. As a player,
locked into him though.
It's what, 30 something?
I think so.
Yeah.
Trust your sources, Bibbs.
Say what?
Trust your sources. DeAndre Ayton is going to be over here. It's going to happen. And I think it's an awesome move. I know my Baltimore brother saying no, but
I'm upset because I feel it. I know.
I piggyback everything Bibbs is saying, but also the thing that Jason Kidd is awesome at. Like, I think everybody agrees that Jason Kidd will get the best out of these guys. Like, he does that. Jason Kidd is going to make, I think DeAndre Ayton will be like a top 5 center in the league at some point if he's on the Mavericks. Because DeAndre Ayton has the skill and the ability. If he plays, let's think about this. We get DeAndre Ayton. The Phoenix shows, if you watch their shows, like their little podcast, they don't want Ayton to come to Dallas. They're like, if Ayton, if Ayton comes to Dallas, it's going to be something probably unlocked. They think that as well. If Ayton comes over here, Ayton would destroy the Phoenix Suns. If we played the Phoenix Suns in the playoffs, Ayton would destroy them. I'm telling you.
And Reese, you got to look at it like this, too. You got to look at it like this. like Biz was saying, there was a whole lot of factors into why Aiden was playing the way he's playing. Because remember when he first got there, he was supposed to be Shaq and Kobe with
Yep.
Booker, right? Then you get Chris Paul, you move you down a slot.
Yep.
Then you go get what's the boy name? KD. You move down even further. Now you got Bill. How many touches you really think you're gonna get now? You know what I mean? Like, and then on top of that, like you said with Monty Williams, man, the way Monty Williams was using them. Like, come on, man.
I'll
Like
make great points.
So
Right.
that
Go ahead.
report that just came out saying that DeAndre Ayton unlikely to be traded. You think it's smokescreen or?
Yep. I thought it was smokescreen.
Yeah. I'm not going to say what it is because it's going to create another problem, but there's like apparently one piece of the deal that the Dallas Mavericks are refusing to budge on.
Oh.
So it would make
It
sense.
better not be one of the young guys.
It's not.
Okay.
It's a money thing, but yeah, the Mavs are playing hardball, so the Suns are going to play hardball. I would say that my concern is that we'll overplay our hand here, and he'll end up getting traded somewhere else.
That's what I get. I hate the Mavericks for doing. But Mark Cuban if Mark Cuban really is standing back Bibs like he's saying he is, I trust Nico to get it done. I trust Nico to push just enough because he's a salesman. That's what he does. So we'll see, man. I just TGK, get your opinion on Ayton, but I would if Ayton gets here, y'all, like Ayton will be. I don't think y'all understand what Ayton would be. I don't think y'all really. Y'all don't see it until y'all don't see what I see. I call my wife calls me clairvoyant, and I'm like that's because I see stuff in the future, and I'm like, right, Ayton on this team. You talking about what Jason Kidd did to Giannis? You talking about playing with like a Luka Doncic? Ayton really thought he was going to be the best player on the Phoenix Suns. I really think. I think Ayton thought that Shaq and Kobe comparison. Who was the best player between Shaq and Kobe? It was Shaq. He thought he was going to be Shaq. He was going to make Devin Booker a different player, and they were going to play something different when he was there. It never became that they kept pushing him down the pecking order. He became number 2, then like he said, number 3. And people want to say, well, he comes to the Mavericks, he's going to be number 3. It's a different system than when you got a point guard that want to get you the ball. Luka Doncic will have an awesome game getting 20, 20, and 20, while you getting 30 and 10 or 30 and 20, whatever like that. It's a different game. Same thing with Kyrie. Kyrie will give him the ball. If DeAndre Ayton comes over here, like, be done. Like, it's over. That's how I literally feel. It's done.
And all you throw 2 defenders out there, Josh Green, Maxey, Omax, Bullock, whoever it is, like they're not asking for the ball. So all the shots are between Luka and Kyrie, and then Ayton's doing everything on the inside.
And those guys can cut. Josh Green and them tell them guys to cut this shit. You guys cut.
Yeah, I mean, I look at here's how I look at it. I think Ayton allows Lively to develop at a better pace, right? I also feel that Jaden Hardy can replace, quote unquote, the THJ production, right? He finishes better at the rim. He has a better handle. And towards the end of the season, his shot was just more reliable, wide open with the Luka passes versus as opposed to THJ, right? So as far as that is concerned, I wouldn't be opposed to the deal. I think Ayton is only 24 years old. His deal ends when he turns 27. So we'll be able to see what he becomes, and he's not even in his prime necessarily. He's the same age as Luka, right? So I don't mind that he has a ton of experience with being in the finals. He could share that with Lively. And then I think he has a good relationship with Luka when you look at the draft footage that they had when they were, going back and forth and bantering. So I wouldn't be opposed to, I was never like anti-Ayton. I just, when you see the way he played the last 2 years, it gives you reservation to want to, go into this deal with them. But when you look at the players that we would offload, we're not losing anything and we're gaining actually. And again, the overall idea of it is that it helps Lively. I'm all for it.
You said Smith and Dewey?
Huh?
I think.
Nah, he's not out there, TGK.
Yeah, he's not up there. My bad.
I think y'all have convinced me.
No, look,
If I'm being honest, I think y'all have convinced me. Y'all have made like very good points. And to be honest, if we're just giving up THJ and Rashawn Holmes, it's almost like we're only giving up THJ because it's like we got to steal a line from Bibs. We got Rashawn Holmes for air.
Yep.
We didn't trade anything for Rashawn Holmes except some money. So
he's a contract filler. He's literally Nico got a contract filler to throw in the trade for DeAndre, and if that happens, that's amazing.
And like TGK said, Jaden Hardy can step right into that TJ. And
Yep.
in my opinion, he's already better.
Yep. Bye bye TGK. I mean, I say TGK.
No.
Hey,
Like, damn,
on top of that, if we're trading Rashawn Holmes and THJ, and that matches Ayton's contract, we're not getting back more money than we had before. Which means
that's what we've been saying.
you could throw in the rest of that trade exception in there too.
Yep.
It's like $2-3 million difference or something like that, and we want them to take something else, but that's what's stopping the deal, because obviously they don't want to take on more money. That's why they're trying to get rid of Ayton. And
something.
I'm trying to hold a little bit back. Hold a little bit back.
Yeah, hey, this isn't members
all
only.
happening though. Are they
holding out on me?
They're going to try to trade JaVale McGee though, or they're really done with the Dwight Powell?
They're probably trying to keep Dwight Powell.
God,
so they can't keep JaVale and Dwight Powell though, right? And
wait, hold up. What you're telling me is
Ayton and Lively. That's four centers.
You trying to paint me into a corner right here?
What you're telling me is
I'm just.
You don't have to say yes or no.
They want to take JaVale McGee. They want JaVale McGee gone too.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I didn't say they did what I said. They didn't.
I didn't say you did, but I know I told you that yesterday.
Yeah, you are.
That's what it is.
They probably don't want JaVale McGee back.
That's one of the main
this?
things. So I believe Luka really, really did not like JaVale McGee. And I think that one way or another, JaVale McGee is going to be off.
Hold on. Biz, first of all, get his name right. It's Joel McGee.
Joel.
Is it Joel?
Joel?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they want JaVale McGee gone regardless, and they're trying to make it happen here. The fact that there's no young dudes going out is the main reason. Like if we had to attach Jaden or Josh or something like that to it, then I'd be a little bit more hesitant. But yeah, and I do. And the thing is, like the other part of it is, so when I see a trade, somebody tell me like this is the trade that I'm seeing, I gotta make sure it makes sense for the other team, and it actually does make sense for Phoenix to take on Tim and Rashawn Holmes because it's shorter term money, and I actually think Tim could be a valuable bench piece for them, like as insurance behind Beal, and a score off the. Like I think he'll probably. I was talking to SJ about this. I think I could see Tim like really going off in Phoenix, like being a perfect fit off the bench for them. So like the deal makes sense on both sides.
Have that one week
I think for the THJ, for us Mavs fans, we just kind of want to see a change. THJ in a vacuum isn't necessarily bad. Like I do like someone who's willing to shoot and can make it at a decent clip when open, especially when you have dudes closing in on Luka and closing in on Kyrie. But we just tired. We tired. So to get him out, and with this new CBA, it made Tim Hardaway's contract more valuable with the descending contract. People will try to get off money. That's why when we traded, when we got the traded player exception, you know, I was on with TGK, and I was saying, you know, if this was the old CBA, I would be like, what the fuck we gonna do with this traded player exception? But now that I know that a lot of teams, they're trying to offload contracts, they're trying to get their finances right. You know, Sacramento's trying to probably offload some contracts so they can make a push to try to sign someone in free agency. We were able to make that trade almost immediately and use that. So I was kind of impressed, and I knew that it would be more likely that the exception will be more useful than in years past. Where I stand with DeAndre Ayton, look, I have my reservations. I did not like what I saw from him these past two playoffs. I didn't like how he got played off the floor against us, game 6, 7, and then essentially was useless to them in this go around. However, I have been wrong. I'm not an expert. If I was, I'd be paid to make decisions such as the ones we're talking about, but I'm not, and I have been wrong. What was I saying? Walker Kessler or whatever his hell his name is, he wasn't gonna be that good.
Yeah, we all said it.
And you weren't alone.
What happened? The man's playing for, or he's at least in the running to play for Team USA.
What killed him right now?
Exactly. So we could be wrong. So you guys were good enough. You guys presented enough information that it did move the needle for me for DeAndre Ayton. And I think one thing the Mavericks do need that third, player who's, could have games where he can put up 20 points, because I mean we don't have Christian Wood essentially anymore, so that player's gone. It's easier to replace than finding a number 2 or a number 1. So I'm actually really optimistic going into this offseason than I had been in quite a bit of time, honestly. So
Let me ask y'all a question real quick. So let's say we do end up getting Aiden. What else will we need? And we should get one more wing or one more ball handler.
One wing.
Wings.
One more wing.
A wing in free agency with the MLE is
would you be Grant?
Preferably a wing that can dribble.
I was about to say preferably a wing that can dribble.
A wing that can dribble.
Without DeAndre Ayton, I want Grant Williams.
With him, I still want him.
With them, I still want him, but I don't think it's as necessary. Like, especially with Maxey and Omax, and well, then again, I don't want to put too much pressure on a rookie. So,
could we get Dylan Brooks for the biennial?
You know what? If we got Ayton, I would take Dylan Brooks. I know, bro. Reese, we talking about the guy at the bench though.
Hey, look, y'all all in on Ayton. Y'all all in on Ayton. We all in on Brooks. Let's just meet in the middle.
I am with you, Reese. If that's the last piece, I'm taking Dylan Brooks. If we got DeAndre Ayton,
I want someone on this team whose calling card is defense and being a dog. You know what I mean? I feel like the Mavericks signed too many of these family-friendly ass players. Like we trying to be a Disney Channel something or whatever. I don't get it.
But Dylan Brooks
that's why they're looking at. We're gonna
how
keep
many houses? How many houses has Dwight Powell built any?
What type of profanity can I not do?
Is Dylan Brooks really a dog though?
Yes.
Didn't he skip the media and all at the end?
He's one of those dogs. Dylan Brooks is a dog, but he's one of those dogs where it's like,
Chihuahua
shit. I mean,
one of them dogs is barking behind the fence.
You don't even have a right now.
So the dog is barking behind the dogs behind him.
But when you open the fence, the dog stop barking.
Got you. He needs dogs behind him. So you saying we might have enough dogs now? It might work. I would take.
Hold on. So they weren't dogs in Memphis?
No, they
pretend dogs.
No.
Ooh, hold on.
The boys
we got
not
no fans in here. Ain't no shot. Dang.
Purina Dog Show dogs. That's what
they got a dog in Memphis now.
They using water.
Yeah, they do got a dog in Memphis now. Now what was I about to say? I mean, I'd rather have Grant. I'd rather have Grant Williams though. I want Grant Williams.
No, I'm saying because I think
he fucked Jimmy Butler and made Butler go off, but I'll take that than somebody who can't do ish other than stand in the corner and shoot threes and pretend to play.
Thank you, Enyi. What do y'all think Dallas gonna do with Bullock? Because I know we got 4 more days to make the decision.
Bullock.
I'm pretty sure he's being shopped too. I'm pretty sure.
I have a terrible suspicion that he's gonna stay on this team.
Would you be mad about that?
Would I be mad about it?
He can be useful.
To be honest, I may not be as mad if we have more talent and his role is he's not playing almost 40 fucking minutes, like, or playing power forward at 6'6".
If he's on the bench, being his role on the bench, making threes and all that, playing some defense for us, I don't have a problem with it. His contract's
playing about 25 minutes.
Yeah, his contract's not stupid.
He can't be our point of attack defender, man. Like,
do you think Josh Green should be ahead of him on?
Yes.
Actually,
yes.
I think he should. But if Josh come into training camp or the preseason playing like he did at that Kyrie trade, no.
I'm gonna say 6'7", 200 pounds. That's all I'm saying.
I love it. Y'all,
6'7", 200.
Y'all know me and Bibs is the OG Josh guys, but I ain't like what I saw from Josh after that Kyrie trade, man.
I think the Omax though, Reese. I think the Omax draft pick is kind of pushing Josh Green as well.
Like it's like Josh together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like Josh, you gotta step up. Let's go because this contract year. You feel me? So they brought somebody to be your guy beside you. Let's go. You're gonna be the dogs, the pit bulls. Let's go.
Turn us into the Toronto Raptors with Kyrie and Luka.
And that's the thing. Like, I like those two together so much because like it's hard being the only guy that's like doing all the hustle stuff. Like you got two dudes, like they'll feed off each other. Like I'm excited about that.
Very excited,
bro. Y'all understand we got young legs out there now.
Yep.
We have young legs just flying all over the place.
Young core.
It's up to Jason Kidd now.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Hey, Y'all heard what Nico said in his post again in his interview. He said, "Look, man, these guys don't be expecting these guys just to be sitting on the bench chilling. They gonna be in the rotation.
He
They gonna
said
be
they
playing.
won't be in the G League. That's all I
Yeah,
needed to
yeah,
hear.
not gonna be in the G League. They gonna be
Say a
playing.
name.
Oh, go ahead.
Bruce Brown.
Oh,
Yes,
We can still.
yes, baby.
yeah,
Yes.
it's funny you said
We
that. I got
can,
a
we can pay
contract
him
right
more than
here.
Denver can.
We
pay
can.
him more than Denver
I
I got
can.
a
forgot about
contract
him.
right
There
here.
you go.
Bruce
Get the paper. No Dylan Brooks.
Bruce
Sorry,
and
Reese.
me coming to
Sorry,
Dallas.
Reese.
Hell
Bruce,
yeah.
just signed
Sorry,
right
Reese.
here. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hell
Signed
yeah.
right
Done
here.
with Dylan Brooks. He's done. Sorry.
What could we get him
Bruce
for?
Brown.
Though? Are we looking
Yeah,
at
what's his value though right
mid-level
now?
or
What's his
biannual?
market looking
How
like?
much?
I
He
think he's
wasn't
worth
getting
more
paid. He
biannual.
wasn't getting paid that much.
He got
No.
he took the tax MLE last year for like 5 point something, but I'm pretty sure he wants
Oh,
more.
MLE would be
And
a hell of a
12.
raise.
Denver can only pay him 7 point something, like
Yeah,
basically.
If we
7.8.
can
double
get
digits.
Bruce Brown, I don't give a goddamn about Dylan Brooks.
We just need double digits. We just need double digits. So if we can give him 10 million, we fine. We can do it.
We can.
Aiden-
The full mid-level league is 12.
Yep,
man.
Aiden.
We should have the
Yeah,
middle.
12 and a half or something
We
like
should
that.
have
Because
the
to
big
be honest,
middle
what
level.
team out here can offer him a full MLE that's winning?
Exactly.
Nobody actually.
Exactly.
Nobody.
Should have got him last year for that.
That's who I want.
For that JaVale McGee contract.
I did
That's
throw
good,
that
good.
name out there, but I get too shy about throwing out names because I don't want to sound like a dumbass on Twitter. But I was like, I mean,
You're in the safe space, Andy.
so I appreciate Bibs because he has a little bit more credibility than I do. So he could take that risk. But yeah, I'll be really excited for Bruce Brown being in Dallas. That's
Yeah.
the type of player I want.
That is, he a
I
dog
think
too.
he's restricted and he's kind of raw. What about Jalen McDaniels?
Is that the one on Timberwolves or 76?
That's the one on
76.
Charlotte.
Charlotte. I'd rather have Bruce, but I'd take Jalen.
I'm saying, like,
McDaniels is on
obviously
Charlotte?
Bruce is one. Like, if it's not, if we can't get Bruce,
I'll take it. As
So,
long as you
did
can throw the ball
he
on
play for
defense.
the Timberwolves at one point? That's the one that
No.
played for the
his
So-
brother plays for the Timberwolves.
Jaden is in
Oh,
the other
okay.
Reese. He's not in Charlotte anymore. He went to Philly.
Oh yeah,
He's
Philly.
in
My
Philly.
fault.
It's a
Oh
Philly
yeah,
one. Okay.
he's like 6'9", 6'10".
I don't know if he's gonna
Nah,
be
he
ahead
like
of
6'9",
Omax.
6'8".
That's where I stop.
Who?
You said you don't know if he's what?
I don't know if I would put him ahead of Omax right now,
That's
Unless
the,
you want
I wouldn't
them
put him, but I wouldn't have put him ahead of Josh. To be
unless
honest.
you want him to compete.
Yeah, that's true. So if you're not gonna put him above Omax, then there's no need to.
Yeah.
What's
so-
wrong with having him at the end of the bench?
Because if you can get a Bruce Brown and all, they can be ahead of Omax right now.
Yeah, he'll be.
Like,
Oh, yeah, he'll be
Omax,
ahead.
You feel
No,
me? Like
I'm talking about
Filling out the roster.
yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Let me look some
I-
names up
I
right
don't have a problem if you fill out the roster. Like
Yeah. So if we're looking at, we're gonna have 18 players.
Do we have to have Theo Pinson at the end of our bench?
No, we don't.
Do we have
Put him
to
in
have
the
a
broadcast
lockout?
booth. Like,
Do we have to have? I like Theo Pinson. I'm not gonna lie. I like his personality. I like what he brings to the team. I think what he can bring to the team beyond actually being in the game is a lot more than what Dwight Powell can bring. Honestly,
Whoa,
to be
whoa, hold on.
completely.
what are
What?
you doing?
How
You-
many
come on,
houses have he built?
How many
Don't do
times
that,
has
man.
he
you know what's
given
funny?
out?
The
Don't do
first
that.
time you said that, I thought you were talking about making a brick joke, but I realized that you mean actual houses. Like,
Yeah. Community.
Listen, he's the
I
king
have
of
a
community
name,
service,
right?
man.
Yeah,
King of community
I have a
service.
name.
Dwight Powell does lead the league in community service hours. But
I have a name. This guy's
Uh-oh.
restricted.
okay,
Just tell me
Okay.
what y'all think. I got a couple names actually.
I got a couple myself.
Matisse Thybulle.
yes, I'm in.
For
Anyone
for
that can play, anybody that can play defense at a high level, I'm in.
But you gotta change the lineup around him.
So here's what I'm gonna lay it out for y'all. The roster.
Yeah, because he can't shoot any. He
Yeah,
can't
like
shoot.
He's not a bad
You
shooter.
got Luka and Kyrie.
but they
have
need
all day
space. He gotta
Yeah,
he
it's
gotta
about the
knock
spacing,
he
too,
gotta
on the
knock those
offensive
shots down. Are we going? I don't know. I had to think.
would you do it for the biannual though? Is we looking at 4-5 mil right there?
Oh, for the low, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I do it for the buy.
I'm
I wouldn't do it for
thinking
the
that all
full
the names
MLE
that
at
Reese
all,
and
no.
Bibs are,
Yeah,
are
no.
throwing out are guys who were rounding out the roster.
We should have like tiers. All right, these are biannual
Yeah.
guys. These are mid-level.
So the
guys.
way, if let's say the Aiton trade goes down, we're gonna have like 3 or 4 into the bench spots
Mm-hmm.
to
Mhm.
fill. Like if in that last tier, Dwight Powell is the only person I expect. Like in that third string or what have you, not including the two-way guys.
Mhm.
So there are 3. There's every other position we're gonna need a point guard, a shooting guard, a small forward, and a power forward. So that's
really
that's
trying to make
you're
Dwight
looking at
Powell
those
easy.
minimum type guys. That's what I would think.
Oh, you said we would need a what?
Yes.
You said a point guard, a shooting guard, and a small forward.
And a power forward, probably. Like a third power forward behind Max and Maxey.
Can anybody guess Matisse Thybulle's 3-point percentage from last year?
It was like 36.
It was like 35.
But how many did he
How many
take?
shots? Yeah,
You don't need to take one. That's all I need to
I don't hear that.
Hold up. Did he say 36% on 1 3 though?
Hey,
He don't need to take a lot, bro.
I shot 100% on DM shots, but I only took
all I
one.
need him to
That means
do.
3 out of 10 games he gonna make 1 3, and the other 7 games you're gonna be sitting there like, well,
Hey,
did
man.
nothing.
Look, hey, hold up. In Portland, he played 22 games in Portland, shot 38%,
Boom.
2.4 attempts.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna say about Thibault.
Okay.
And that's in Portland with no Dame.
In college, I think he played 4 years in college, if I'm remembering correctly. In college,
5, so he had to.
Yes, I think so. Yes.
he shot well from 3 initial, like his sophomore, junior year. Like he got better every year, and then his senior year was the year I think they moved the line back, if I'm not mistaken. His 3-point percentage went dramatically down, like his senior year, his last year at college. And so I went back and watched the film. I think he should be an okay shooter, but then when he got to the NBA, I don't know if he was just scared to shoot or what the situation was. He has not shown that he's that guy yet in the NBA.
wait.
So
I was wrong. He shot 38% from 3 on 3.9 attempts.
oh,
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
I thought you were gonna go down.
now,
Yeah, that me too. I thought you were gonna say
I
like
I had to
1.1 or
look.
something.
Can I throw a name out there?
Portland,
May I-
like the upper Northwest, is where he's from. So maybe he felt good at home. I don't know.
If
you
I
got,
may throw
TJ?
if I may throw a name out there, looking at the cap space, right? Look at all the teams that have cap space, that has a lot of cap space. The Rockets and the Pacers kind of got a lot of cap space. If this Blazers situation doesn't go the way of building with Dame, I believe Jeremy Grant becomes a viable option to be able to get, because why would Portland keep him, right? And the market will shrink so much that maybe he would take a mid-level exception just because of said market. What do y'all think of Jeremy Grant?
As much as I would love to have Jeremy Grant on this team, I don't think he will take mid-level exception. I think he will need more. It would be possible if, let's say, if this supposed DeAndre Ayton deal probably falls through and we'll still have money to possibly send him away. If we can get him down to, because he's talking about he wants 30 mil.
30, yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's talking like he wants 30 mil. I think
Crazy as hell.
I think he was getting 20 this last
Yeah, 20.
This last
I think he's gonna get it. I think he might get it.
Let me
he might
find
get
it.
30. Somebody might be desperate enough
Yeah.
to pay.
I gotta
free
find the
agents
cap
this year?
space teams. I gotta find the cap space teams.
Chris Middleton.
And he,
I think
he
Jeremy
re-signed
Jeremy
with,
Grant different enough to go to the shitty teams. And take
Kuzma is the other third. It's Kuzma, Grant, and Middleton are the X factors on who might like get one of those big deals from somebody. And I feel like Kuzma's the only one that would go to a bad team, I think.
Would you take Kuz? Would y'all take Kuz?
I think Grant will go to a bad team too.
Not for 30.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying in general. Would you take Kuz?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, here we go. I think it's 7 teams that are a threat to sign those guys. The Rockets,
Shitty.
we're going to assume they're going to not be a good team, right?
I
Mhm.
don't
I
know,
can't see
man.
that.
The Rockets are hype. They might be
They
sneaky
gonna
next
suck.
year.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Sneaky next year, man.
The Jazz, but like, would Grant play with Laurie Markkinen and Walker Kessler? Does that fit? I don't know.
They might move Laurie to the 3.
I think Utah's still trying to tank.
Taylor Hendricks and Walker in that backcourt.
3 to start the
I mean,
season when Vandy.
Yeah, I'm with you, King.
I think Utah still want to try to tank.
I think they might try
I
to
don't
take
think
one
they're
more
there
year.
yet. They don't think they're good. So I think Danny Ainge is going to say, "Well, let's go get a draft pick again."
They were almost a playoff team last year. They had to shut everybody down.
Yep,
Not
they
make the
just shut it
playoff.
down and say, "I'm done."
I heard they shopping Colin Sexton.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They are.
Let's see. The Spurs, are they going for it? Or they just trying to see
Oh,
what these
yeah.
kids do.
Hey, and they got, I told King before, they got a lot of money, man. A lot of money, a lot of draft picks, so they can do a lot of sign trades, pick people up straight up. And it's
Let me
already, I
tell you
think
this,
Wendy and them already kind of said, like, the Spurs are looking to try to go for it this year as far as, like, trying to be a playoff contender and all that stuff. So, I don't know. That's going to be interesting.
Scared of Spurs?
Golly.
You scared of Spurs, bro?
I'm not risking it. Hey, if we do these moves that everybody talking about, I'm not scared of anybody.
We got
Did
players that
Josh
lock
Hart
up Wemby.
opt into his contract.
Who?
Josh Hart. Did he
I haven't
opt
seen
in?
anything.
No, he opted
I
out.
don't think
He
so.
opted
I
out.
think he opted out.
He opted out.
He gonna get that money though from New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might go back to New York.
Yeah, you can
Gotta
get
leave
that.
with
He will be. He cool with Jalen.
If he doesn't get that money, Nico.
He fits the mold. I like.
Absolutely, I'll take him over Bruce.
I got one.
Ooh, that might be a hot take.
Kenyon Martin Jr.
For the Lolo, I mean,
I'll take him.
We've been saying we'll take him.
Third string. Yep.
Yeah, I'll take him.
If his dad don't still have beef with Cuban.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh.
Never mind.
I about to say, Dad, your dad from Dallas, man. Come on.
wasn't it his girlfriend or wife too?
Yeah. Can you mark? Yeah.
So say Kyrie resigns. Do y'all think that there is a layer we're not considering here on how he could recruit players over here for cheaper than what they could possibly get? That's why I'm leaning on. I think if Kyrie does resign and then say we do get Ayton, Dallas looks like the destination, right? Then that's when players are like, you know what, I could take a mid-level for however many years or whatever, or take a
ring.
And so that's where I think the Kyrie element comes into play. That's where his contract is valuable because of the players that would come here on a cheaper deal.
TGK, there's a sliver, a light that's coming through that says we can go from zero to hero within 1 year. That's how close. People are laughing on the Mavericks and all, and saying we had a whole bunch of dumb stuff that happened last year. Jason Kidd was one of them. Just situations and stupid things, how people weren't used. If we get rid of the dead weight like we're doing right now and actually bring in guys that can help us get the center position locked down, like, bro, with DeAndre Ayton to go back on that point again, we can beat people multiple different ways. You feel me? Like, there can be games where we could just say, you know what, DeAndre, just eat, man. Like, you're a big man. Go ahead and win. What we couldn't do with Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber. At any chance.
You know what's crazy? With how well the draft went, if worst case scenario, Kyrie doesn't come back, I think we're still set pretty good if we have money.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
As Mark said, he stepped back.
Yep,
he said he stepped back and he said he wants Kyrie and him to come back, but he said it's not the end all be all. Like, we got another plan for that too. I hope they're right. I hope they do.
I do want
Hold on. Does he have a
But I
plan?
do think
Does
Kyrie
have a plan?
Nico, I'm saying. I think Nico, but I still think Kyrie.
Said Mark Cuban got a plan, man. We screwed.
I think
Like,
Kyrie will
God.
be here, and I think we'll be successful. I
I'm
still think we'll be
about to tell
successful.
Almighty and them, y'all not getting y'all pick this year.
New York definitely getting their pick this year. It's gonna be like the 30th pick.
Nah, I think Kyrie coming back, man. I'm not losing no
Me,
sleep on
since this draft went so well, I'm way more open to trading that 27 pick.
You can finish a team. No, we have a young team now. The thing is, you don't think about the future because you can just keep trading assets. We have assets now. That's how you build your team. Like, you don't. Once you get to the point, that's what I keep saying about the draft. You take the draft seriously to get the young players here. And the issue was that the Mavericks were stuck with not having young players and taking the draft. Like Mike said on the show yesterday, we would get the players, but we wouldn't take them seriously. And so we wouldn't have young players on our team. We keep betting on the older guy and all. If we keep getting young guys and we have a young team now, if we have a championship level team, why not? Like, you get rid of the draft pick and you just keep a championship level team. That's how I feel.
I don't think the Mavs ever been in a position for me to say this. Like, y'all realize if a miracle happens and all of these guys work out, that's a starting five. Like, Luka, Jaden Hardy, Josh Green, Omax, Derek Lively. Like, we got 5 young guys just like sitting on this team ready.
It sound like you said Memphis Grizzlies or Toronto Raptors. That's what it sounds like.
but we have Luka though.
Yeah.
Which they ain't got.
Yep.
No, that's like I said, man. I'm more optimistic, man, than I've been in a while.
Don't say that, please.
Sorry. I don't want to jinx it. You're right. My bad.
Hey, look, this is the name I've been thinking of, literally to have at the end of the bench. Like, I'm talking like 14th spot.
Okay.
Theo Pinson.
Whoa. Don't take
him out of here right now.
You said what?
I'm gonna take a Theo Pinson spot, bro.
Theo Pinson. Hey, you can get good content from them for that podcast. This podcast.
I know something about Theo Pinson, but
Stanley Johnson.
Oh yeah, you brought him up.
He's on my list.
So.
Yeah, he's one of the dudes.
I was a big Stanley Johnson guy coming out of college.
What about
I thought he was gonna be that dude?
What about Josh? What's that dude from? He got drafted by the Suns same year as Dennis Smith. Josh.
No.
Josh Jackson.
Josh Jackson.
Hell
no. We're going too deep. We're going too deep now.
I'm about to say any of those names.
I'd rather have Theo.
We were rolling with freaking Frank Ntilikina and shit.
All you doing is naming guys that play defense. And
I'd rather
basically,
have
we gonna
Theo
keep saying
Pinson. At
yes.
least he got a podcast.
Nikhil Alexander Walker is a dark horse for me.
Man,
For the low, I would not you. If for the low one, I take him. I take him.
Reese was on him early, and I was asleep because he was not performing the way I expected him to coming out. I was disappointed, but
I think we did that episode around the trade deadline, right?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
What he had in Utah?
He ended up getting traded to. He got traded to Minnesota, I think. Minnesota. Yeah. And in the playoffs or in the play-in, like down the stretch and in the play-in, he really started to show some of those things that made me think that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's cousin. Like I ain't saying he's gonna be shy, but I needed to see more from him than I was seeing, and he really stepped as a defender, especially. He really stepped up late in the year, so I would look at him as to be the next potential Bruce Brown type guy to pop up all of a sudden next year, depending on what.
I'm taking him over Frank. Taking him over Frank.
6'6", 6'7". He handled the ball. His shot has gotten better. Decent on defense. He still got some upside.
How old is he?
It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to fill the roles we need. That's left. That's what I'm saying. Like we just had a bunch of dead weight. We got rid of Bertans. I was on the show with TGK and Enyi and Bibs when we said that's like, bro, we have money. Like we're done. We're out of that black hole. So now we can just fill roles. We're talking about getting a guy that plays defense and can dribble the ball. Like it's not that hard to find that guy. The Mavericks just made it that hard and just kept paying guys that couldn't do it.
A guy like in free agency, a veteran, like he's old as hell. I don't know if he take a minimum.
Jeff Green,
Joe Ingles.
Oh, Joey.
I'm George Niang. George Niang is
absolutely.
Me and King talked about him.
And I like Jeff Green.
Jeff Green. Yeah.
Could we make a call to Dennis Smith? Is Charlotte going to resign him?
No, he getting resigned.
What's wrong with Dennis Smith?
He going back to Charlotte.
What's wrong with Dennis Smith?
I feel like he got a place.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, he's staying.
And he shined so much in Charlotte this past. I don't want to bring him into Mavericks and then he at the end of the bench. Like
that's true.
Yeah,
I look at it as if the games where Kyrie and Luka are not available. That's where Dennis Smith fills in.
Yeah,
I think Jaden plays more off ball, doesn't he not?
I mean, yeah, but I think we've seen that he can play on the ball as well.
Yeah, he's a tweener.
I would take
Jaden Hardy's like a tweener because sometimes they got to run a point too.
Yeah, depending on who's out there.
He works better as a shooting guard off the ball.
Yes. Off the ball, he should be an SG. His handle isn't as tight as I wanted to be. I hope he's working.
Shout out to 2K for showing Jaden Hardy some love, man. He is 77 now.
Man, he was trash at the beginning, man.
You say he'll
make a bucket at all.
He was like a 69 when the
no speed, nothing.
God.
What they be doing? The rookies dirty, man.
Yeah, they do.
Watch this kid.
We're talking about Luka backups now. We're talking about Luka backups. I got another one.
What we got?
Going drivers.
Justice Winslow.
Justice Winslow.
I'm good.
I don't know if I could buy. You know what's crazy? When we were doing the Outsiders Play GM, I was looking like through free agents, like to give the minimums or tax MLE. Mm-hmm. And I sat on him for like 5 minutes. Like, can I talk myself into Justice Winslow?
I think King asked me that before. Would I take Justice Winslow? I'm like,
He had a good run playing point in Portland this past year. And so when I'm looking at like a guy, I'm looking for somebody that can facilitate the offense like Luka as a big guard. I think he could fill that role for 5-10 minutes at times. That's what I think his optimal role is on a team. I think he had a triple double, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably did.
Pinson had a triple double too.
He did.
Fair enough.
Pinson did had a triple double last game of the season.
You know who's never had a triple double? Dwight Powell.
Ice Cube had a triple double too. So.
I've never seen someone.
Has the White Powell ever had a double double?
I've never seen someone with
I know this
talent level.
he got double on them houses though. He double up them houses every day. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
With Theo Pinson's talent level or lack thereof, that has so many connections and relationships in the league.
It's because he was a great high school player. Like,
why do I feel like he could low key be a great recruiter for us?
Bro, I'm saying,
yes.
The issue is
that minimum.
You can't have Dwight and Theo.
I don't care about the White Powell. The White Powell don't bring nothing but community work.
They're going to bring Dwight. They're going to bring Dwight back though. So if they're going to bring Dwight back, we got to let Theo go.
Yeah,
you have to decide.
Make
Dwight who you take.
CEO of Habitat for Humanity.
Why not make Theo retire?
Yeah,
I'm
make
gonna
Theo assistant coach.
And make him a
I'm gonna
coach.
give you a reason right now why I'm picking Theo.
You said Jared Dudley?
Exactly.
Chris
That's-
Paul's
Chris about-
post-game
Chris
interview
right
when he talked about players on the Mavericks, he mentioned Theo Pinson. He ain't mentioned Dwight Powell.
You're talking about
He
Chris
respect
Paul, right?
one of them.
Man.
He respect one of them.
Mark Cuban loves Dwight.
Who
Powell.
opinion?
Well, Mark Cuban
about
is,
more?
is
Chris
dumb.
Paul or Mark Cuban?
Mark Cuban loves Dwight Powell. So we know what's gonna happen here.
We know what's gonna happen.
Dwight Cuban.
As long as Dwight got that lockbox, man, he ain't going nowhere.
Oh man.
I think Theo might have made a copy of the flash drive. I think
He had to.
we might, if they both get re-signed this year, they both got a copy of the flash
I'm
drive.
gonna be a little disappointed.
I see Theo working in the
Hey, you know me, King.
facility.
I'll be a little
I haven't
disappointed. if
seen
they
Dwight
both-
working in the facility.
Theo keep pushing that training camp, man. He trying to do the community work
No,
like
they
Dwight.
keep showing Dwight. They keep showing Dwight on the Mavs page.
Well, I'm
though.
doing it
If
too,
you
so
ever
you
follow-
do
if you
it.
follow the Mavs page, they got Dwight always working out and all. They showing Dwight more than any other player.
What tripped me out is when Theo went on his podcast and said, "Man, wait till y'all see the jerseys we gonna wear next year."
Yeah,
I said,
he talking
"Me?"
about that.
man.
He ain't talking about that.
Why?
I hit him with the
Keep it
Uncle
100.
Phil like,
Yeah,
"We?"
King talking about hey, real. He's
Keep
showing
it
them
at
jerseys
1
up,
million.
man. Don't show me that, bro.
The people that run the social media account don't understand basketball, so I ain't taking nothing they post about no player seriously.
Okay.
Yeah, we ain't even gonna talk about them.
Hey, because they also showed Christian Wood in there working out, so we know he ain't coming
Oh
back.
my god.
Yeah.
I thought he was. Never mind.
I can't wait for that story. I hope Christian Wood air it all up.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
I hope he ain't gonna do it proactively. But if the Mavs are talking like they might put some stuff out, so I need him to.
I
Come
need
on
him
the
to
show.
get out in front of
Yeah.
it before they do.
Hey, don't he got
That's
Tim
the
Cato's
highlight.
number?
Can we get him on the show?
Potentially.
Can we tag him, everybody, please, in the glow, y'all? Can we get Christian Wood on the show, please? If he's no longer Mav now, right?
Technically, he
I
think-
think
I think
still
he's
is, right?
I think technically he's a free agent, but he can't talk to nobody till July 1st.
If he does talk,
We not in the league.
if he tells his story, I don't think he's gonna tell it till he's on another team.
Yeah,
Probably.
because he don't want to look like that guy,
Yeah, that's true.
That is very true.
and he apparently is an introvert. He don't like talking to people. So
Yeah, that's fine.
Shout out to you, still, Christian Wood. You want
Can't
to
tell
tell
from
it's
Twitter.
always open for you, bro.
Let me
I
see.
still don't get. I don't get this Dwight Powell thing. I don't.
Hold on. Rel, Smito in the chat. We should definitely get him on here because I know he got something to say about Dwight Powell over Christian Wood. Now that we talking about it.
Because
Oh, no, he
Dwight
said he
Powell over Christian Wood?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he said he want to sign Dwight Powell to a 5-year super max extension.
He said he doesn't want Dwight, but he said if he had to choose, Dwight was a better fit for us, allegedly, than
Hell
Christian
no.
Wood.
what culture fit? Like what?
Just the better on the
What
court.
culture?
His fit and numbers and all was better.
Dwight Powell was at the
You know
facility
the
early. That's
culture.
all
You know
I'm
the
saying.
culture,
Dwight
right?
Powell,
The culture.
Dwight Powell has a key to the door. He opens the gym for everybody.
Yes.
And he serves.
You're the first one
You
there.
know, you get ready to start hooping. You got that one person wiping down the floor before you start hooping.
as Dwight Powell.
He looking out for you, man.
He handing out
You trying to make
towels.
sure your shoes is not slipping out there, man. Come on,
Sound
Reed.
like my job.
Mavericks will go F round. They go try to make Dwight Powell or Udonis Haslam.
Bro,
Nick
I told
Collins,
Rel
yeah.
you know
I
so,
told
man.
Rel I say
You
he
know
gonna
so, I'm
get his
done.
jersey retired.
The White
Hey,
Powell.
me and,
Anybody else?
The White
Yeah,
Powell.
me
was
and
never
Eni
as
came
good
up
as
with a
Dwight
nickname for Dwight Powell, by the way.
Uh-oh.
You know, Randall from Reese's.
Oh my god.
No, y'all gonna get us. We never gonna be on anything Maverick related ever. Man,
I'm never getting that social media job.
Mark Cuban. I didn't say that.
Nah, I'll take all that.
I said I'm taking Dwight Powell at the end of the bench. If we had to choose one, I came to terms with that.
Who's gonna listen to Dwight Powell?
No, supposedly he's a good influence guy as well, and in the locker room and all. Like he's a good presence, man. Like we can't lie and say the players don't love him. They do.
They
Even
do.
Kyrie talked good about him and all. So they want him. I felt like they wanted him to be like the leadership behind Lively. You feel me? Like it's finally happening where he's no longer going to be that, and I think they want him to be the guy that's going to still be here and be the leader and all that. But the issue me and I think Rel have is that with Jason Kidd sitting there, if Lively get a hangnail, they're gonna go back to Dwight Powell.
Players love a lot of
Lobby don't tuck his jersey in before he come in.
Yep, it's like
You ain't gonna see the floor for another 20 games, and then they're gonna put
Dwight
Dwight
Powell,
Powell
let's
in the
go.
starter.
I'm pretty sure Miami Heat players love Mario Chalmers. So
That's true.
Hey, I love bacon, but it ain't good for me.
Speaking of Dwayne
That don't mean
Bacon,
nothing.
I was kidding.
You You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, they can love them all they want.
said
Like I
Dwayne
told
Bacon.
King, like I told them yesterday. I said, hey, because everybody talking about, oh, that's Luka's friend. I said, wasn't Dodo Luka's friend? Wasn't Boban Luka's friend? Wasn't JB Luka's friend? That don't mean nothing.
Being Luka's
Luka
friend
trying to
seemed like
win now, man.
a good way to
Some
get
people really
traded.
gonna help this dude win.
Yeah.
Being Dwight Powell's friend is a good way to get a contract, i.e. Maxi Cleveland. What we talking about next? What we talking about next?
No, I was gonna say, man, we hitting everything, man. We just in here talking.
Are y'all
They got
not
super
looking
chat.
forward to not seeing the Maxi and Dwight Powell pregame little Star Wars sabers that they be doing?
No, I hope Kyrie stops all that TGK.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like Kyrie is annoyed by it last year. He didn't want to say nothing because he was a new guy.
Bruh.
I'm hoping he
Listen.
stops all that.
Let's
They
get
playing
some real
lightsabers out
handshakes
there.
in this motherfucker.
Yeah, let's get some great ones. There you go, Reese. There
Listen,
you go.
man, I went to the Mav game. Me and bro La Reggie, man, we went to for the game for my birthday, and that was the first time I had been to a game early in a while. So that's the first time I've been to the game early. And
Get that
we was
seat.
just sitting there, man, and we was looking, you know, they doing the little warm-ups and all that. And I told King this, man, we was sitting there watching them, and he had their playing, chasing each other, rolling on the floor, cartwheeling, all kind of stuff. And so I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what the hell are they doing? And Reggie bust out saying, bro, what the hell are they doing? I said, I was just sitting there thinking that. You see them doing that, playing around, chasing each other, tag and stuff, and then you see Kyrie over there just going through the motions, shooting shots. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
I'll take the Memphis Grizzlies pregame music videos.
Oh,
Bullshit all day.
I want it. I told Relic,
Bring in Dylan Brooks, man.
hold on, Reese, but when they doing that, and once because they do that in the tunnel, coming out the tunnel,
Yeah.
right? So once they do that, they go to the regular layup lines and stuff, do their regular layup stuff. You get that stuff out the tunnel. As soon as you come out the tunnel, change your mind frame, bro. These dudes that do that, play around in the tunnel, play around on the court,
Tickling each other and shit.
tickling each other, chasing each other,
And
playing
it's the main
tag.
guys that
What are we doing?
it's the main guys that need to hit a layup.
Yeah.
Like, it's the main guys. You like, bro, go to the layup line and perform a layup. They hit up their shoulder and all that. I'm like,
the people that we cringe when they shoot a layup.
yeah, like,
You out here
come
playing
on,
tag. Like, come on,
Dwight
man.
Powell, why are you taking threes at the corner?
come on, man, throwing the ball up, shooting ridiculous
They
shots.
doing Kareem hook
Shoulder
shots.
shots.
I'm like, bro,
Shoulder
come
shots.
on,
And these
man.
ain't good. These ain't dudes that can actually play. Like, you need to be warming
You
up.
need to be warming up.
Exactly.
You need to be in the layup line. Perform
Don't
a
get stressed,
layup.
man.
It's three
Left
layups
hand
out
layup.
there.
Left
I'm gonna be
hand.
honest. Everybody on the team but Luka and Kyrie need to warm up. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, when I seen that, man, like I said, I was thinking it, and Reggie just bust out and said it, bro. And I was like, okay, it's not just me. Because I've never really paid attention to them when they do their warm-ups and stuff, man. You always see like the little videos of them in the tunnel doing the little shoulder bumps and all that stuff. So I never really paid attention, man. So I went to that game and actually saw it. I'm like, what the hell these dudes doing? Like, y'all playing entirely too much, man. I'm surprised kid them ain't said nothing to a kid. Don't care, but
6'6", 6'7", 6'10", tussling on the damn ground.
Get the heck out of here, man.
Tumbling.
We need a James Johnson. Oh, that didn't
you know
work.
what? And it wasn't even. I'm not even out there with them, and I was embarrassed, man. I'm looking at them and then looking at Kyrie, looking at them and looking at Kyrie. I'm just like,
Like, you see this?
That's what I'm saying. This whole
Kyrie usually got the
family-friendly.
headphones on, just putting it in.
yeah, he just putting in the work and stuff.
Disney
No wonder he goes out there 2 hours early.
Disney Channel and the '90s ass team that we keep rolling out here.
It's because Mark Cuban don't want to sign guys interested in their mixtape.
And what you say? You said the basketball team on High School Musical.
Said Lizzie McGuire and Raven Simone.
Mark Cuban need to go out there and grab guys interested in mixtapes. I don't know why he's so against that, man. I don't know why.
We have basketball.
You need some of them, man.
We have basketball
dangerous
players.
territory.
We
Yeah,
need
like,
hoopers now.
now
I
you
mean,
need
White
guys
House,
in
you know,
on
you know
the whole
mixtapers
thing,
now.
you know,
Let's go.
Y'all know the whole thing about basketball players and hoopers.
Mhm.
We have basketball players now. We need hoopers.
You need hoopers. There
Yeah,
you go.
that's true.
You got it. That's
Man,
that's
I really
the
would.
day.
Any TGK, I wish y'all had went with us, man, to that draft watch party, man. I really wish y'all had went with us, man.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. Make the Dallas Mavericks black again.
I did say that.
No, they need some brothers.
I
on the team,
remember
though.
back-
They need some athleticism.
Back when I was with the prospect, I remember I had Mavs draft on for an hour, not even realizing who this motherfucker was. And I asked him a question. I'm like, why the Mavericks seem to only go for these European ass players? Like, going by the numbers, you're more likely to get a good play if you get an American. That dude was quiet.
The first time I saw the Memphis Grizzlies in the tunnel and doing their whole thing to that Duke song, and I'm like, I wish my team was having fun like this, man.
Bro, they are. They doing the cartwheels.
I ain't never, especially not
playing.
I ain't never seen the Mavs do something off the court on social media, and I'm like, they my guys. I've never.
No,
you gotta mix it up.
You gotta go Nick and Sam.
Mark Cuban goes. Mark Cuban thinks that he's the smartest guy in the room, so he tries to go one way, and it's like, bro, mix your team up, get a correct chemistry going on.
Even the music they played during the starting lineups sounds like.
Bro, that's what I was saying. Andy, I said if you and TGK was there, bro, y'all wish y'all was there at that draft.
Y'all in Texas from the 80s, Kelly fucking Clarkson at halftime. Now, granted, I remember the shit out of that song.
I remember the 2011 finals. They're in our place. We playing the stupid song. That really doesn't get me hype, honestly.
It really.
We go to Miami and they're playing what the fuck that song is, the "Fuck Some Other Niggas" song or whatever.
Gosh.
They're playing. I'm just like, bruh, like that gets you hype. I want that, like, as a fan.
Hold on. Taylor Swift don't get you hyped.
We need to stop playing that French Montana song before.
I'll tell you a story.
I'm tired.
I think it was
the one that came out in '94.
Our senior game in high school. I'm on the basketball team, varsity team, whatever. Now my school ain't have a whole lot of money, but they went all out for us. They put a projection thing up on the wall, showed our pictures when they called our name, had the smoke joint coming out the tunnel. While we coming out the tunnel and doing a layup line, they playing "Let's Go" by Trick Daddy. We like, man, we hype. Let's get it.
So
y'all got our ass kicked.
Y'all want Big X to plug?
It was fun.
y'all want Big X to plug on the intros?
We got our ass whooped, but it was fun.
Hey, you had that.
I'm trying to pick
guys going on the riff.
Well, so you trying to see Dwight Powell coming out to Big X to plug? I don't know if that's working for me.
Look, come out to somebody, goddamn.
Bro, you want to get to the people at all? Get to the people a little bit?
Yeah, I guess we can get to them.
I know we got a super chat.
Oh yeah, let me get this super chat up. MVP of the channel, Coy. What's good, man? He's a Glow Yard member with the $4.99 dono. He said Josh and Jaden looking fire, working hard. You love to see it. Yes, we do. Yeah, you do.
Yo, Summer League's gonna be fun as hell this year.
It is.
Man.
Uptown.
I'm excited for it.
I think this might be the most excited I've been for Summer League, man. To be honest with you.
Summer League has been.
All right, let's see. Richard Glow Yard gang member as well says, not me yet. Oh, he said good morning. My fault. He also says, guys, I got ambushed by Dwight Powell's fan club.
Oh, yeah. Luckily so.
That's a horrible thing, Richard. He says, I think it was on 105 pages, but about 4 or 5 people got all kind of mad at me, telling me how proud we should be to have such a hardworking leader on our team. LOL, really. Oh,
man.
You can't disrespect the Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Hey, he can hammer 2 nails down at the same time, man.
He also says, I still want to trade with the Pels, Dyson and Wiz, Denny and Crispert, or Miami with Jovic. Man, if I can get Jovic, I wanted Jovic to get drafted in.
Yeah, he's been on that Dyson one for a while.
What up, Marby? He says Kyle Kuzma coming. Pause, but I don't know. I would love to get Kuzma, but I don't think so. Not if we get Aiden.
So I don't think we got Kuzma money.
Yeah,
that's the only problem. Because he's already making around the MLE right now, and he's not like.
Yeah, he just opted out the MLE.
He wants 30 mil.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna get it. I think he's cool. Somebody.
The Kings, the Rockets, the Pacers, like a lot
Hey,
of those.
you heard the Rockets. The Rockets desperate for some type of talent.
He might go to the Rockets.
I don't know, man. 30 million for Kyle Kuzma is crazy. But
Kristaps Porzingis got more than that, and I think Kuz better than Porzingis.
What? All right.
I mean,
I can't co-sign that, but
I can't argue that, man.
I'm not a fan of Porzingis at all. Man.
Hey,
like, I think
I'm not saying King right, but I can't argue it. So, I mean,
Micah Glow Yard gang member said, "What's good, Glow Yard? What's up, Micah?"
Richard, Micah, my bad.
Richard also says, "Did y'all find out if we need to sign free agent before Flat Earth or not?" I couldn't really tell very much. Frank helped a little, but we still are not sure. Basically saying that do we need to sign the free agent before we sign Kyrie? I believe Kyrie should be the last one, right?
I think if we re-sign Kyrie, but it's not for the full max, depending on the number, we'll still have the full MLB.
Yeah, Kyrie has a $47 million cap hold, so waiting to sign him doesn't.
So it doesn't matter either way. It's just a hold on.
The cap hold's on there for regardless.
Yeah, then it don't matter then, Richard. Certifies. Oh, I'm sorry.
Not. You want to read this one first, or
you got another one? Go ahead. No, I mean I can read this one. Go ahead. What you do?
Logan with the $2 dono. He said, "I just want Luka to be in shape." Yeah, man.
Logan.
Yeah, he all do. I think he getting there, man.
Yeah, people on TV don't even say anything this year. He's gonna do it. Certified Low Yard Gang member says they better not let Dirk in the lab with Lively, because if that happens, then the league is finished. Lively hitting one-legged fades and send shots in the stands. Hey man, if that happens,
I'll tell you right now, he ain't hitting no fucking one leg.
Hey
he
man,
can hit some threes in the corner or something, or like but he ain't hitting no damn one-legged fade.
He can do it. KP just couldn't.
Man, that's now we're being disrespectful.
You think I'm gonna let you walk away with that, bro?
I'm sorry. Street clothes. Don't Folk Up says, what up? Don't Folk Up says,
well, what up?
On the vet minimum, but as long as he isn't getting minutes, I don't care. It is openly known he is a leader in the locker room. That's what I was saying, though.
Can I interject real quick?
Go ahead,
please.
Apparently, I don't know where this article is from, but they said the Mavs are interested in Bruce Brown. So
Nico doing everything. Like it's like
with the mid-level exception.
Told you now.
Nico watching the show right now.
Actually, they say he's at the top of the he's at the top of the Mavs list to pursue with the mid-level.
Shout out to Nico. He watching the show right now, bro.
That would be.
Who wrote the article?
I'm trying to figure that out right now. If somebody posted a screenshot from the article, but I'm trying to figure it out.
What website the article from? All that matters.
All they posted was a screenshot. They ain't said what website or nothing. It's from an official article, but people don't be knowing how to share information out here. So, Bruce, I'll find.
Bibs always got his sources.
Bib, if it's something we got to talk about out off the camera, that's fine.
His sources. Chico, what up? He says, if y'all win, y'all cheated. LOL, bro. Y'all always give me a laugh when the baseball comes up. Gotta have a baseball segment or something. Hey, Chico, we
think about doing something like that, man, like a channel or something for baseball.
All right, if the internet don't work,
it came from Stein, by the way.
Stein?
There you go. There you go. There you go.
The Mavericks going for the championship next
year.
year.
Can we fast forward past this week? Can we simulate this week?
Man, who you telling? You good? Good, TGK?
Yeah, I just had to turn my hotspot on the phone. Figured something wrong with the other internet. Is this what happens when you live out south of Dallas, out here in the wilderness, out in the country, and you can't get no internet provider, and you got to use a bunch of Wi-Fi devices? So, that's where we at.
Obviously, I mean, ask Real. Harold said, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Harold?
What up, Harold? What up, man?"
Ultra says, "TGK in the building. Let's go."
What up, Ultra?
What up?
Marquis says, "How far do y'all see the Mavs going this year? Luka MVP." I'm definitely putting a bet on Luka winning MVP this year. I think I'm putting my money down on it.
Well, I'll give you an answer, Marquis, man, when we get this roster filled out.
Yeah.
Because we already know Nico not finished. He said that before. I trust Nico.
And Nico we trust.
Yes, sir.
Precision says, what up, Precision? Nico, the GOAT, is to be respected. He getting us dogs and athletic freaks, changing the Mavs freaking culture. Mavs will be a hot destination very soon. Amen.
Man, hope so.
Amen. Don't Folk Up also says, all right, I got a question for the gang. With all this MLE talk going around and who the Mavs can will sign, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Oh,
damn, listen, man.
Yes,
great question. It's a great question.
I thought you was going to answer, bro. I was
waiting for your answer.
What's your favorite?
What you going to say?
Mine cookie dough. I know I'm light skinned.
I'm a mint
cream
guy. Chocolate mint.
Chocolate, straight up chocolate.
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
Or chocolate with the vanilla swirl, the chocolate vanilla swirl. Only ice cream related though. Only ice cream.
Yo,
Christopher says, so glad the Mavs haven't traded for Ayton. That would be a disaster while helping Phoenix get out of a cap/roster building.
I'll say this: stop worrying about helping other teams when you're making trades to help yourself.
Yep.
That's a terrible way to manage the team.
That's how I feel. Potato says, "What up, Glowyard? What up to the legends, Relin King? What up to the OGs, Reese, Enyi, Bibs, and TGK? Great stuff for D Mavs. Happy to be a Mavs fan. Looking forward for a great show tonight. Absolutely. Potato,
Yes, sir.
appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Please don't call me OG. I just turned 30.
Welcome to the
I
club.
know.
Bro.
I was like, damn, I'm OG now.
Nah, he said y'all OGs in the game.
Ah,
Y'all been here before.
Richard
I'll
also
take it.
says no Brooks or Dwight at all. No way ever.
I agree on one of those.
You said both. You said on both.
Oh man.
what
Oh,
is Brooks'
it is.
market right now? What
I have no
could he
idea.
get?
I think I saw something somewhere that he probably looking for like 25, but
He ain't getting that.
Oh,
I think he's
hell.
looking for
first of
25.
all, hey,
I'm sorry, he's looking for what now?
First of all, he made an all NBA defense.
So,
He did. He did.
I got a
So
quarter for him.
that is worth something.
About
It
25.
ain't worth 25 million, but
It ain't worth 25. I think he's gonna be in for a rude awakening. He's gonna be way at the end of after the initial sign.
You said Dennis Schroeder?
he might
I
get
think
somebody
the
from
way-
the league. He
I
might
think
get
the way
somebody from the league.
things ended in Memphis and his performance in the playoffs kind of hurt his value.
Yeah.
Hey, King, I could probably agree with that. He might get a now see, there's different type of MLE. Like we got a high MLE.
Yeah.
Like it could be a 7 million or whatever, or 6 million or whatever.
I can see
somewhere
him
else.
in a higher MLE though. Somebody may take a
I
chance.
think he's still in the mode where he's trying to get his money. So he probably go to these shitty teams just to collect that check.
If he could, yeah, he gonna take whatever
But
he
no,
can.
I thought Houston was tied to him.
Shit, I wouldn't be surprised
I
if
heard
Zach
Houston
Lavine
name.
going
Oh
to get
man, y'all better
Houston
watch
tied
out
to
for
everybody
Houston.
right now.
I'm
But they got
telling
what,
you, y'all
60
better
million?
watch out for Houston on the low.
worry
We
Man.
got $60 million
All right.
to spend.
I got
Like,
Luka, man, Kyrie. I'm good.
don't
You
sleep.
said the Astros. Johnny B says Aiden low bunk. I know Johnny B. Johnny B, one of the stars of the show, yeah.
Johnny B.
Johnny B, what up, man? Y'all was wild yesterday on the show, man. You and you hilarious,
yeah.
man. Here we
Smito
go.
said, "Do y'all remember the rumors that KP wanted more touches and a bigger offensive role? The same is true for Aiden. He wasn't satisfied with the third option behind Booker and CP3 Part 1. Hold on. He says, why do you think he would be fine playing third option behind Kyrie and Luka, two guys who are even more ball dominant? I think I answered that. Go ahead, TG.
No, well, ever since the KP trade went to the Boston Celtics, right? Suddenly, all of ESPN and all the media heads are like, man, this is a great deal. Like, KP is now older. He understands his role and this and that. And then they basically propped him up like this 7'3" god, 7'2" god, right? I'm like, where was all of this? Because a year ago, y'all were talking about this trash player, got no value. So now he has value. Same thing could be said for Aiden. He come over here and then, depending on how you look at it, it could be the same thing. He's been in a disgruntled situation, come here, and then he plays with players that unlocks the game fully for him in a way, with the way Luka and Kyrie could distribute. Because I just see it. I see the positives. I understand the cons to it. But if you look at how people compare these certain players, I would say Tatum and Brown don't unlock KP the way Luka and Kyrie will unlock Aiden.
You said Spencer Dinwiddie again?
Then on top of that,
Huh?
wait.
No, he ain't
No,
up
he's not
there.
up there. He's not up there.
No, he's not up there.
Then the difference is too, he played with Booker. Luka actually gonna pass the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, and one more thing about that. KP got touches over here.
I'm about
He
to
just
say.
didn't finish the
Just
touches.
ain't do shit
Yep.
with.
He just ain't finished the touches. The issue, he got the same touches in Washington.
He wanted the touches when he wanted them, and that was a problem.
I'm guessing Smito got numbers for that too, I guess.
He came in. I think me and Bibs talked about. I think Bibs mentioned this in like a tweet when we were discussing it.
Yeah.
He expected to be a 1A, 1B.
Yep.
And then we found out Luka was clearly a 1, and he was clearly
He was clearly a 3.
And that's the
Hey,
same
and
thing that
as-
happened with Aiden. Like
He
I
was
think
clearly a
Brown
3.
said.
That was the issue. He was a 3.
Yeah.
That's what he is now, right? That's what he was based in Washington, right?
Pretty much.
It's the expectations that you come in with that determines how you end up reacting to the situation.
Frank also says, who y'all would potentially pick in their prime 8 or prime Lively, who has comparison to Chandler?
He ain't played an NBA game.
We ain't seen it yet.
Yeah,
So
Frank.
I can't answer that one.
Yeah, I
Right
need a
now,
little more time.
from what I've seen, I'd pick probably
Prime
Aiden from
Yeah.
what I look like he could be.
From what
but-
I've seen, I'm picking 8 100%.
yeah, but
And to be honest, I'd pick Aiden in his prime over Lively just because of like what production I can get.
yes, from what you think he's going to be. Even Lively at his best, if he's a Tyson Chandler guy, I think Aiden can be better than Tyson Chandler pretty soon, if he's not already.
Yeah, like Aiden is more off. I think it's probably more of an offense versus defense question.
Yep.
The thing is, Aiden has the offense and potential to be enough on defense. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
where I don't know if Lively will ever had the offensive game to offset or to be both sides of the court player. Like, I don't know if he'll ever average 10 points a game.
I hope he can. Cole says, just say McGee's name, Bibs.
I was trying not to, but I let it
Joel.
go. It's okay.
His name is Joel.
It's okay.
Johnny B said, y'all gonna pay 30 mil for a Seawood with 40 pounds that can't shoot threes. I give 30 mil to Kuz instead. Well, we're not giving 30 mil. We saying we trading it away, Johnny B.
Let me tell you something. I like Seawood. Seawood's not better than DeAndre. He's not even close.
He's not. Bro, DeAndre Ayton bad games in the playoffs be like 15 and 8.
Yeah,
bro. Remember he had a
Because
bad
he's number
game against
one
us, and he gave you 19 and 20.
19 and 20 or something like that. And it's like he's the number one pick.
It was
like,
killing him after that game. That was a bad game.
levels to this.
One reason I would really like him on the Mavs is just so it's like, bruh, the 2018 draft, y'all could have had Luka.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
And
Yeah.
now we got Luka in the
And-
motherfucking y'all took with the
yeah.
first
And beating the Suns at home. Yep. I want all that. I want Ayton to destroy the Suns. I really think he would too.
Mm-hmm.
Ribs. I see you.
I think
Ribs.
sometimes players need that
Extra motivation.
bad relationship, that breakup to kind of
Yep.
Motivated.
get them going.
Riv says, thank you, King. I've been trying to tell people that Ayton will be a monster over here. He needs teammates who actually want to see him succeed. Ayton hates the Suns and will demolish them. Yep.
And people forget too. A lot of reason why Aiden played the way he played this year because he didn't want to be there. He thought he was going to Indiana.
That's true.
He thought he was going.
Does anybody think Ayton not talented?
No one thinks.
Nobody
no.
thinks he's not talented.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what I'm saying. If he's talented as hell.
So out of all of us, I'm probably the lowest on Aiden, and I recognize that he's a good player, and he can be highly useful, and he can fill that third spot that can possibly put us over the top. My concern is motivation.
Does he got that dog in him?
Does he
Yeah,
have the
that's
dog?
understandable.
Yeah, it's soft. Seeing that clip of him standing out of bounds while the other team got 7 offensive rebounds is not a good look.
It is.
You know,
It is.
coming from a Mavs fan, I would love for you to get in the mix there, buddy.
The only reason I'm telling you, Andy, the only reason I didn't even care watching that, people were saying during the whole time, Ayton, you see him right now, he's trash. Why would you want him on the team? And the whole time I said, I'm not watching that. I don't even care. He doesn't want to be on the Suns. He doesn't want to be there. And Jason
look-
Kidd, if he has him,
His opening day press conference.
And I recognize I'm pulling back a little bit because we're grown men and we all have work jobs that we hated, and those jobs that we hated, we didn't put up our 100% effort. So,
and plus him and Luka, I think play what is that?
They-
Overwatch. They play Overwatch.
Yeah, they friends.
whatever game they play with these kids.
Fortnite.
Yeah, they friends.
Big Fat, what up? Go Yard Gang member. He says you cannot use the
Right.
TPE in a deal with a player going out. It can only be used by itself as money.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
big fat winner.
So you're saying that the rest of that 3 we can't use it in a.
Oh, you can't use it as far as
Yeah,
that.
you can't add it.
We had to
Yeah.
throw somebody else in there.
Yeah, gotcha.
They'll probably let that go. They'll probably let the 3 million go.
I mean,
You
if,
saying throw JaVale McGee in there? You said send them back because they're gonna need a center, right?
No, I'm talking about as far as the.
we can only take in.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but I'm saying instead of that TPE,
Yeah,
I'm saying you throw JaVale McGee in there.
yeah,
That's what you
yeah.
said?
Like that's what's holding
Put it on heartbeat.
Hey, look, all this shit that I'm talking about, DeAndre Ayton, if that deal was to go through, I'll watch a 5-minute clip of him and I'll be like, I'm fucking. So,
Hey, you know how it is, Andy.
I'm not that guy to be holding opinions like that.
Right?
Soon-
The part
I
of this
had no
game that I
idea who the
love.
fuck- I had no idea who the fuck Omax was, and I watched a 2-minute clip of him.
Oh,
Defense, and I'm like, bring on the Larry O'Brien. Like,
The part of DeAndre Ayton's game that I love a lot is that he can do the same thing Rashawn Holmes can do, that little push shot, like in the middle. I think that's going to be open all the time with Luka and Kyrie. And then 2, he can shoot the mid-range jumper, which I think can come out to the three-point range because he actually has a stroke. Pause, like he can shoot. He just needs to actually practice to do that. I think he can do it. So,
Even if we weren't able to get Ayton, we kept Rashawn Holmes. I wouldn't be mad.
No, I wouldn't be mad at Rashawn
I
Holmes.
wouldn't be mad at all.
But if we got Ayton,
Yeah, that'd be. You tell me your lineup is Ayton and Lively.
I'm talking Suns and 4 from day one. From day one. Like every show, we're going to say Suns and 4. We're going to start the show off saying that.
Hey, man, shout out to Trey, man. Shout out to Trey.
Big Fat also says every season, every team can trade $5 million anytime during the season, but if they get $5 million as cash, they cannot trade that $5 million. They can trade $5 million as they want in as many trades. Thank you.
Yeah, it's the cash considerations.
Yeah, consideration. Yep.
And resets every year.
My man, cash consideration.
Hold on, you had a post up a minute ago.
I was about to mention that.
What I do? I skipped it.
I think it was
Which one?
Richard.
Oh,
King.
I'm sorry. Yep, my fault, Richard. He said, "Well, my boy Josh is shutting everyone down and averaging 15, 5 and 5." I'm going to remember this Brooks talk. Nobody said get rid of.
Yeah, nobody saying get rid of.
Hold on.
Dylan Brooks have to limit Josh Green.
No, he started.
You can only have one light skinned defender on the roster. You can't have two.
That's who.
That's the rules. How many teams got two light skinned defenders getting minutes?
Hold up, let me look.
Brooks don't got a stroke. Pause.
Josh is starting next year.
And Brooks can't shoot. Get him. I don't want. We're gonna get rid of Tim and bring Brooks. Come on, son.
Lively can shoot better from his thing.
Corey with the 499 don't know. He says, per Steins, we are going after Bruce Brown in free agency, and Nico we trust.
I got a question about Bruce Brown. Right, he's 6'4". Where do we envision him being in this lineup for the Mavericks?
He a bigger 6'4" though.
Yeah, he got long
guys.
arms.
It's like Omax. Omax really can play a center, like at points in time, because he got a 7'2" wingspan. You feel me? Like
because the other day we're on the live talking about height. Remember, Enyi, and we were like, look up Jared Allen's height. I thought the dude was like 7'2".
Yeah,
he's 6'9", bro.
Yeah, me and TGK was on the show that day, King, when you were out, and he was talking about that. We was like, oh, he's 6'9". I'm like, nah, he's 7. He like 6'11", 7 feet.
Oh, Jared Allen 6'9".
He's
Bruce
6'9".
Brown 6'9" wingspan, by the way.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Y'all see Dwight Powell has a 6'11" wingspan?
Yeah, you posted that on Twitter.
Do Derek White and Jason Tatum count as two light-skinned defenders?
He the superstar. It don't count when you're a superstar. When you're a superstar light skin, it don't count.
Jason Tatum don't count. Yeah.
All right, then. Ain't no two light-skinned defenders in the league.
He's over there thinking the whole time.
I went through the team standings. I was like,
they
ain't got it.
Y'all see this Rich Blackman tweet?
Tell us, you the source right now.
No, Rich Blackman. Not this.
Come on from Johnny B. Johnny B.
Yeah,
Johnny B.
Yeah. What say? He says, I know you're doing a live show, sorry, but we really need DSJ back. He's a proponent.
He been on the DSJ. Yeah. I just think that Charlotte gonna sign him back.
Yeah, I like his.
Charlotte should. Actually, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it, since they didn't draft Scoop,
they're gonna sign DSJ back.
That's what I'm gonna ask. Let me ask y'all this. Cause I was thinking about this. I think I was talking to my friends about this when we was at the draft party. If Charlotte just drafted Brandon Miller, what they gonna do with Bridges?
Dude, I forgot about that.
They have so many decisions to make. They
Bridges
got
can play power forward, in my opinion.
He's an unrestricted, right?
They got PJ Washington too. They both. I think they are keeping.
I'd bring PJ Washington off the bench. Bridges is better, in my opinion.
Would you go after Bridges if they didn't sign him?
I don't want to touch
should the Mavericks do it?
Right.
Would you and should you? Two different questions.
You
talk about adding to the
culture. Would you and should you? I'm ask you, would you?
I would listen to me.
As soon as that man
Bridges meets the criteria for the Mavericks culture, man. I'm telling you.
Okay, so you saying you would do it? You should do it?
Yo.
Now look at the Mavericks.
As soon as that man dunks it for the first time, nobody will remember what
You're right. Everybody in Dallas would be like, they're done. I'm like, okay. But
no. Everybody in Dallas cool, but I have to be on Twitter. I don't want to scroll Twitter. I don't want to either.
And then
man, Twitter will be so. It's already toxic.
I'll stay off Twitter till the season.
I can't do that.
I don't think they will. I told Raul it's like because Johnny B wants them as well. They can't go that bad, can they? But every time I think they won't, they do. It's kind of like the Cowboys and all in the way. So
they always involved in
culture play.
You don't want to touch this right there. Football, just.
But I'm telling you.
And by the way, if you look into that story, it's not as.
It's deep. He had to come out and have like a serious like conversation. He would have to like.
How many people do you know actually took the time to research? And
there you go.
They don't look at it like that. He was
I was doing a little bit of research because I was wondering.
Yeah, I think it was a video. That's the problem.
Yeah, it don't even matter. He would have. He got to step in front of. I think even with Charlotte though, he gonna have to step in front of it either way.
And to be honest, he don't give a shit. Like he hopped on Twitter and was like, "Yeah, I'm back. Replies is open. Say what y'all guys say." I'm like,
wow, man.
bro, what are you doing?
You said the
the
opposite of Benny Brooks.
brothers gotta be better than that. Man. You need somebody in this corner. Where Michael Jordan when you need him?
Selling the team.
You said Kwame Brown. Johnny Bravo also says Johnny B. Should the Mavs go after Chinzo? He played well and should be cheap.
Shout out to my fellow Delawarean.
I like DiVincenzo. I think the Warriors are going to try to keep him since he's cheap, but I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't mind it.
I would like more of a bigger wing or a power forward, but if he's
more defensive minded too.
I still like a guy that has mixtapes, but it's a different conversation.
He got mixtapes with me.
Oh, he got the fresh John B. The John B.
He white, but he got the culture. He white, but he got the culture.
He got the John B. Nice.
He got the John B.
Mike
he
Mills
like the NBA Travis Kelce. He fit the culture.
I got you.
Oh,
Knight said Mike Mills Jr. is electric. He reminds me of Brunson. No one is talking about him. It's just because of his height, man. He's just 5'11". I think he's going to be decent.
No, not him. He's 6'2".
Oh, that's
Mike.
That is other
Yeah,
dudes,
Mike.
right. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
Mills
wrong
6'2".
dude. You're right.
That's Johnny B. guy 5'11".
Johnny B. guy.
I'm surprised they gave him a two-way because they still got McKinley Wright around. So we got two.
McKinley gonna be gone. I feel like you don't feel like Bibbs. Do you hang around?
Technically, he's not signed. Like AJ Lawson is signed for this year, but McKinley isn't. So the fact that they went and got Mike Mills, McKinley probably is out.
I hope McKinley just gets another job though.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
I'm interested to see what Lawson could bring this year. I like the way he closed the season out last year before he got hurt.
But Lawson really gonna get burned though now?
I would love to see Lawson in that third group. Honestly, it's a small forward.
Yeah, I hope.
Josh,
when he plays, he
played pretty good.
But isn't that wing that we talking about getting gonna take a spot?
Yeah.
So is AJ really gonna play?
Depends.
Yeah.
I think he could play 2 or 3. Like
I don't think he's gonna get consistent rotational minutes. But
no, I just like having tall people at your disposal. You know,
it's a project. It's a project for sure, and I think he got potential.
I like AJ Lawson. I think he's good from what I see.
I'm looking forward to seeing him in summer league for sure. Like he showed out last year, and we played games with him and didn't sign him, and then end up signing him later. But I think if he goes off again this year, I like his chances of sticking around long term.
Mm-hmm. I want a big with that third. Some
third two. Big. That's exactly that's what I was thinking.
You want a big with that in that third?
You said Moses Brown.
I don't think he even qualifies anymore.
I don't know. If he can...
I think he aged out.
I don't know. I'm just throwing a name out there.
Somebody in that vein, I guess.
Richard said Reddish is a free agent.
Restricted, isn't he?
He's on my list too.
Restricted?
I don't think he is
restricted.
I don't think he is.
Are you restricted?
Who's on your list?
I got a long list. We've tackled most of the people on the list, but I can throw some names. If
you can throw some more. I'm in the middle, in between. Go ahead. Do your thing, bitch.
Yeah, Cam Reddish is definitely on my list of like big wings. But with Omax, I that's why I haven't mentioned him because I wouldn't want to. If he's close enough to Omax, I'm not trying to create complications.
I don't want to create complications either, Bibs. I want these guys.
Cam is restricted. I just looked it up.
He is
involved right away.
Yeah, he's restricted.
What are you making?
$5 million.
Okay.
Well, his last season he made $5 million. I don't know what the contract is for the upcoming season.
Shout out to We Talk Hawks TV.
The mom was good. See you endless.
Richard also says Dyson Daniels, Reddish, Okoye.
Dyson Daniels you're not getting Dyson Daniels.
Yeah. I mean, I like
trade targets.
I think he's saying they free agents, aren't they?
Dyson Daniels is not a trade.
They're not free. They're not restricted. Okay.
Do y'all think Omax could be a starter for us towards the season end?
I was thinking that, yes.
Here's why I see it this way. Then keep considering Jason Kidd is the coach. He's gonna have to outplay Maxey for at least 2 months before he gets the opportunity.
You hear that, King? He said 20. He said 20 games.
Who is our starting power forward right now?
Probably Maxey.
I don't want Maxey starting.
So what's the projected starting lineup?
I would say,
Bibs?
Assuming Ayton trade is not done, was Holmes and Maxey.
Yeah. So if Ayton is traded, would you put Josh Green at the power forward?
No.
At 6'7"?
To be honest, if we have Ayton, I'm okay with Maxey starting next day.
I don't want Maxey starting. I don't want him to get wearied out though. That's my thing with Maxey. Like,
I don't think he got to play big minutes though. Like,
is he playing this summer?
I got you. So you saying
is he playing for Germany?
No,
I'm not sure.
not that I know.
Probably not.
Better not.
So you're saying play him, but then play him for the low, like play him a few minutes and then have somebody else, basically Omax in them.
Because I like Josh playing some small ball power forward.
That's what I'm saying. He's 6'7" now. I feel like he can play
Isn't
some
he
power forward.
6'7" or people was that a meme? Like I
I
was
think it's
honest,
real. Look at his book, bro. In your book, show him
I
your
thought he
book.
was 6'5".
Before
he's 6'7", 200.
6'7" thing when he was just 6'6", I was okay with Josh playing some power forward. I mean, Reggie Bullock doing it.
Reggie Bullock
Not
didn't
effectively.
No,
They need
Reggie
to be doing
shouldn't have done it, but I feel like Josh is a different prototype. Like Josh more of a dodo type. If he's 6'7", I feel like he can play against guys. I watched him play against KD and Kawhi last year.
So
It was giving him the business.
So we're looking right now. Let's Luka, Kyrie locked in, right?
Yes.
Ayton or Holmes locked in at the center.
Mm-hmm.
So the 3-4 spots are what we're trying to figure out, right?
I need Josh to be starting.
I want Josh in there as well. I'm thinking Josh Maxey is what we're looking at right now.
Okay.
With Omax trying to compete with Maxey for.
If we get Bruce Brown, Josh isn't starting.
And if Bruce Brown comes in, then Josh is an advantage. Sure.
If we get Grant,
I
then
don't
Josh can start and Maxey isn't starting.
I don't even want Josh Green to not start if we have Bruce Brown.
So you would do Brown and Green. You would do. Oh, so that's where Green comes at the 4.
Either have him at the 4, or I want Josh Green to be the starter. I think Josh Green is. If Josh Green took the step he took before Kyrie got back there that he had last year, and we talking about another year of him being in the gym this year, Josh Green should be better than Bruce Brown.
So
and you know what? I think I do like Bruce off the bench because Bruce can play that point guard position while Jayden Hardy plays off the ball.
Yep, we have a bunch of guards that are just interchangeable. That can do a whole bunch of switching and playing tweeners and stuff like that. So
it sounds like y'all saying we need to sign a 4.
We need a 4. That's what I'm worried about. When he was talking about the 4.
What y'all think about Jay Crowder?
He was on my list also.
I'll take Jay Crowder. I'll take Jeff
minimum.
I like Jay Crowder over Jeff Green.
I'll take either one of them. I'm not.
So how much time do we think Lively is going to get starting out the season? I would hope 10 to 15 minutes.
I'm hoping 20.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get to 20.
I would assume he's going to be the backup center regardless.
Okay, I wouldn't want Holmes to be ahead of him. Like I want him
If Holmes is playing, I think he gets more minutes.
More minutes than Holmes?
No, not more minutes than Holmes. But I mean more minutes as far as the split than he would with Ayton.
Yeah,
if Ayton was playing, Ayton's going to get a bunch of minutes. If Holmes is playing, though, they're going to do more of a split, I feel like.
Maxey is on Germany's roster, by the way.
Ooh,
I don't know.
You need to trade him now.
So I was surprised. I think that the only reason I remember is because when I saw it, I was like, "This dude really gonna play this summer? Like he don't need to rest."
Let me ask you a question. What y'all think about this guy? And maybe he's too much like Maxey to bring him in.
No,
Dario Saric.
Too much like Maxey.
Not too much. Like they not just alike, but they can guard multiple positions and play power forward.
Coming around with the caucus. That's what we doing.
I'm taking Jeff Green and them before, like,
I'm good.
You gotta play defense, in my opinion. I don't think Sarge is playing no defense.
I think he can play some defense for sure.
Reeves says the Spurs are setting their future up perfect so far. They provided Pop with money, resources, and a generational young talent to build around. Shout out to the Spurs.
Omax and Lively gonna lock up Wemby.
What y'all feeling on Wemby? I don't think I've got y'all feelings on Wemby.
I don't think about it.
You think he the dude? Because don't he got to be better than Tim Duncan to actually have the career that they supposedly?
He's the best prospect since LeBron James.
The better prospect than LeBron James. You better get that correct. Allegedly.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on how he maintains his body in the first season in the NBA. It depends if I don't know when you're that tall and you put that much torque.
Oh, here we go.
That's a little worrisome for me to have someone that tall play like a guard. I don't know.
And he's saying he's not gonna gain weight. That's what he's saying right now. Things could change.
He probably gonna have to change his entire game.
I think what that he was probably taking the Kevin Durant school of
Kevin Durant's playing two.
I'm not trying to be like Giannis, but I'm not trying to be like as skinny as he is right now.
Because KD was playing 2 when he came in. This guy got
let me ask Bibs and Reese. Hypothetically, because remember, King, we did this hypothetical. If Mavs won the lottery, what would you have done with that first pick?
I'm drafting Wemby.
You drafted Wemby?
Wemby, absolutely. No question.
I wouldn't have drafted him.
What?
Who you drafted?
I'm not drafting anyone.
We trade.
I would have took that first pick and just got out of everything. I didn't think
access for days.
Yeah, I didn't think Nico was going to do this much with the 10th pick, so I'd have took the number 1 pick and got out of every hole with the
Let
number
me tell
1
you
pick.
something. Let me tell you something. You'd have got fired.
I wouldn't have got fired because I don't think Wemby's gonna be that good. So we on the different stages. I don't think Wemby's gonna be that good.
So what is his ceiling for you then? Like, what do you think he's going? What do you think he's going to end up doing?
I'm in the hole.
I think he can be. So I think he can be an NBA player. I think he could be an All-Star. I think Yao Ming and all was even an All-Star.
Let me ask you this.
I don't think he's going to be what they project. Like he's basically Luka's not the best player. Luka can never be the best player in the league. Then if Wemby is who he is basically, and I do not believe that.
Though. Okay, you said to you his ceiling is an All-Star.
Yes,
putting him on a team with Kyrie and Luka, he can protect the rim some. Mm-hmm. He's small. He has a small frame, not a big body, but he can stretch the floor better than the Derek Lively. I'm pretty sure there would be other routes for us to get off of Davis Bertans' contract, even if we use that first pick.
It may have happened that way, but if you use the pick, then you sitting there with you gotta find a way to wiggle Bertans out. But if you do have that first pick, I can go for an already bona fide All-Star. I think Boston would have took the call for Jaylen Brown.
I don't think so.
Yeah, for that first pick, I think they would have took it.
I don't think
the same way you saying I would have got fired for not taking the number 1 pick. Boston would have took the number 1 pick with Wemby and said I trade them.
A team that was just like a game away from the finals, trading their second best player.
You don't think he did it for Zion? You don't think they would have did it for Zion?
Wait, who would have did it for Zion?
Any of those teams you're talking about? You don't think they'd have traded their second star for Zion Williamson?
Well, the Pelicans already came out and said that.
No, I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about back when the Pelicans, when they drafted him. You don't think any team would have given their second best player for Zion Williamson?
Depends on the team. Any team?
I think every team would have did it. I don't think there'd have been one team that would have said no.
I don't think a team that's a game away from the finals would have been like, all right, let's trade our second best player at this core that we already got for this rookie.
They not a game away no more, Boston.
It is.
Eastern Conference Finals.
Here's 2 caveats I give you to the Boston thing. They just got KP, so they wanted a similar player like that, and then they'll trade away a player that blew his hip out. They traded away Marcus Smart. They traded away Isaiah Thomas. They don't really care necessarily about their players, so I could see that where that would go in that route.
I just think Smart ain't Jaylen Brown. This dude just made All NBA.
That's true, but the number 1 pick, Wemby would have got you damn near anybody. I feel like that's the praise he was getting from the.
I just feel like with that number 1, if the Mavericks get that number 1 pick, if his ceiling is just an All-Star, that's great next to Kyrie and Luka.
It is, but I don't think it's better than the fit that a Jaylen Brown or somebody else could do with getting more assets as well. That's my. So the thing is, Wemby is Wemby. I think I can get a guy that's established, that's already All NBA and more assets for Wemby.
I think the way to look at it is, even though the consensus is, Wemby is going to be a generational, not really consensus, but there's a wide belief that he's going to be generational. There's still a risk that he might not live up to it, especially with the type of expectations he's coming into the league with. Because people are saying Tim Duncan, LeBron James, Kobe, like he's up there in terms of expectations with those guys. Yeah. Now, if hypothetically speaking, if you're the Mavericks, you could place your bets on Wemby living up, even though the chances is probably less because you're playing with a Kyrie and a Luka.
Yep.
You wouldn't have to live. He wouldn't have to do as much to potentially live, to develop, because we're win now mode. Versus, let me get a dude who I already know that he's going to provide something that we need. And I guess it's just like risk mitigation. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Wemby not a bad decision. It's not like Reese, I'm saying you're wrong. Like, if he works out, then I'm not mad being wrong about it. I'm just saying I would have took – it's a crapshoot. That's what it is when you're doing it. I would have took the risk as far as the less of a risk. I would have took the sure thing, somebody that can come help me out, because I already got Luka. And I feel like I already know what he is, and he's my guy. So I don't have to take the risk on that number 1 dude. I can go get my guy that's the number 2, number 3 that I know can fill that role. That's just my thing on it. Like, if they'd have took Wemby, it'd have been okay. I just don't think Wemby would have been the guy that he he can't be that guy with Luke and Kyrie. I just don't feel like.
I mean, and it's for me. I don't think he's going to be like step on the court day one averaging 30 points. I think he's going to have to take some time to get there, especially adjusting from where he was playing to what he's going to be playing against in the NBA. Like there's guys that may not be 7'5", but big enough that can guard him in the NBA. Like nobody can guard him.
And PJ Tucker.
He has a whole foot on PJ Tucker.
And they're not going to be easy on him. They're going to bully him. Like they're going to find ways to try to get under his skin and stuff like that. So I think it's going to take him a little while to get close to what he's going to be. But when I look at him, I see worst case scenario KP Cat range talent. Like best case scenario, his body gets a little stronger, and the Spurs work their system to maximize him. Then he has everything available, and he seems to be a hungry dude to where I could definitely see him being a perennial all-star, superstar type of player.
Will he be better than Tim Duncan? Will you go that far?
I can't, because Tim Duncan is top 10 as far as I'm concerned. So it's hard for me to look at a player on day one and say top 10. Like even Luka, I was hesitant to say that until he did it in the playoffs. So
all right, I'll keep going.
I got some. So y'all mentioned the power forwards. I got a couple names. This is like third strings type stuff. Okay. We mentioned Jalen McDaniels. If we get Bruce Brown, we're probably not in the Naz Reid hunt. So three guys I had on my list: Chimezie Metu, Darius Bazley, and Trey Lyles.
Somebody threw out Trey Lyles.
I like Trey Lyles.
Yeah, I like Trey Lyles.
Can he guard?
Trey Lyles.
I feel like he was doing all right in the playoffs.
Decent. Yeah, I didn't hear like.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing negative about him. That end.
He's not guarding down. I think he's pretty good at guarding his position though.
Yeah. I don't know about the other two. Darius Bazley has upside, but
I mean that power forward position sucks.
Yes,
that's crazy how the power forward position is switched.
The market is interesting right now.
Because Bruce Brown is a potential free agent target to keep an eye on for Dallas.
You saw that Grant Afsat tweet he just tweeted?
The word is getting out about Bruce Brown being a target for the Mavericks.
The Mavericks try to keep everything tight-lipped. I'm talking about.
Snitching.
Andre, y'all gang member said, "Sorry for my English. Holmes is quiet. I think Mavs want to trade him plus Bullock, THJ for Aiden." Might be on.
Would y'all do that deal? Y'all do Holmes?
THJ?
I would rather not trade both of them.
I'd rather trade.
Yeah, I'd rather trade Holmes.
Yeah, I'd rather get rid of Holmes. Oh, he's saying him and Bullock and THJ.
Oh,
okay. Or probably more.
I don't know if that they wouldn't do that for money reasons.
Yeah, that's too much money, ain't it? That's way over.
If we do it before the Bullock, no, that's the same money. I think.
I think they said him and Bullock / THJ. Like
Bullock. It'd be one of the other.
Him and Bullock or THJ.
It'd have to be Holmes and THJ for it to work.
Bibs, what would be the? And I'm not trying to get you to say too much, but what would you think would be the ideal deal to get it done?
I think the Mavs are tripping trying to force JaVale McGee into the deal. To be honest,
you don't have to do that.
You can get done with JaVale McGee later on.
Like Holmes, I can't even register him as a Mav. Like I don't feel losing him. So THJ for Ayton, just do the damn trade. Like what are we doing?
Basically.
It's a no-brainer to me too.
And there's no draft pick involved, correct?
No draft pick, no young talent, just
straight up.
Yeah,
that's
on the table.
And forcing JaVale McGee into the deal is probably going to make us give up a draft pick.
Screw that.
I don't. Is losing JaVale McGee worth that to y'all?
With the talent we have on the team, or the talent we could be getting, I'm not as upset about JaVale McGee's contract anymore. I'm just like,
it's not that big.
Yeah,
I don't mind weak contract.
I don't mind him being third string. That's fine.
Just let the contract run out.
Yeah,
you barely played him anyway last year. He won't play at all this year.
For the Mavs, I don't think it's a money thing. It's
JaVale and Luka.
I think it's I think Luka legit does not like that man. They want him away.
He's shacking a fool.
Legend.
Stretch wave him.
He said stretch wave him for 10 years. Frank said Crowder, Rui. I mean, Rui. I don't know.
Rui.
I think the Lakers gonna keep him.
Crowder,
yeah.
minimum
I'll take
bet
him.
minimum. I'll take a flyer.
I think that's about the point he at right now anyway.
Yeah.
Andre also said Suns need depth. We can offer Holmes, McGee, Holmes or McGee, and THJ or Bullock for Ayton. Yes. But
Yeah,
I think
for it to work,
going
for it to be
Holmes
straight contract for
one of
contract, it
the
would
two.
have to be Holmes and
Yeah.
THJ.
I think
Could it be McGee, TJ, and Bullock?
that's what I was gonna say. I think if they took THJ and replaced them with Bullock, I think that would work. Like Holmes, McGee, and Bullock. I think.
I think
Holmes,
financially,
yeah, that'll
That
work.
would work. That
that'll work.
would work. And I'm down with that.
And you know what though,
Are they
Biz,
down?
it's probably what Dallas trying to do.
I can see it getting it there. I can see it getting
Yeah.
it there.
Yeah.
I could do that. You know what?
But
Either way,
I'd
they
actually
can take
rather
all
do that.
4. I don't care.
That's crazy. I know y'all like. Damn, you about to praise THJ over Bullock, but if we're gonna knock Bullock down to that deep in the field as far as his position, like he's not even about to play defense and stuff. Really, he's not gonna be used.
I
So
would
Tim
rather
Hardaway
have
can be a
THJ
spark
on
off of the
team than
bench.
Bullock.
Yeah, like THJ would then be the spark off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Bibbs, you don't like that?
I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I don't know if the Suns would value
no.
Bullock.
I don't think so either.
like they would THJ.
I'm just saying that they did, but the Suns aren't a great organization. Frank said, Kirstein, Mavs going to look for top and wings using MLE starting with Bruce Brown. Yes.
Dang, I knew I like that Nico person. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the chances of signing and trading for Williams? Like, how does that look like for us? Because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how much space the Celtics have in regards to that.
We would have to match whatever or we'd have to send something back to match that salary, like Bullock or THJ most likely.
That's why it's probably is really important to try to get this Ayton deal done. That way, then you could figure out, damn, man.
Yeah, what you got?
I trust Nico.
So there's actually a way you can get both someone like a Bruce Brown and a Grant Williams in here.
Yeah.
I know we ain't get it done yet, but if we get Ayton, I ain't even trying to be biased. Y'all think we the favorites?
No, man.
Y'all don't think we the favorites?
No.
We get Ayton with the team we got right now.
I haven't even seen the team on the court. I can't.
Yeah,
I know it's going to be that whole you guys see him play. I'm just talking about on paper.
I watch Jokic cook Ayton, man.
I'm not. And who won't stop Luka? I'm not worried about you. can't stop Joker. There's certain players you can't stop. I understand that, but they can't stop Luka. They can't stop Kyrie.
I've seen Luka stop himself though.
We'll get in the playoffs against Denver.
No, actually
And
not.
we all the
saying,
whole
not the
world
playoff.
saw Kyrie stop himself.
In the playoffs?
Not in the playoffs. You're right. Not in the playoffs.
I know.
I can't say we're the favorites, bro. I understand.
We in contention for sure.
We in contention.
I'm about to say we in contention. I will be excited, but I can't say we.
And we can go toe to toe with Denver.
Then we one of the favorites. Then that's all I need to hear.
We one of the favorites.
One of the favorites.
I need the more accurate.
He said, "Hey, look, I'll take it.
I'll take it." You saying Final Four?
Hey,
Fuck it.
why not?
Get back there. Richard says Lively don't need Powell showing him how not to rebound.
That's so messed up.
I mean, that's what I've been saying. But
I'm gonna take that bet too this year. If he back on the team, I'm taking the bets in Vegas for him to get hit in the face.
no, you know that's gonna be
Always take the over. Always.
Yeah.
Always take the over on that and the under in rebounds.
Shoot,
He
if he's
was getting
back,
hit in the
I
face.
might hit him in the face.
over and hits in the
Bro,
face, unders on rebounds.
TGK, they had him on when TGK had his show one of those times. I think his rebounds were set at 3, and TGK was like, "I want to take that the over." I was like, "TGK, don't you dare take that over! Don't you do it now,
Bro, I think he had like one or two rebounds that game.
Don't you take that over? That's
bet.
crazy.
And he got the 2 in the first quarter and didn't get nothing after that. I remember.
Our starting center over under was 3 rebounds.
I think it was 2.5. If I remember.
Damn. Okay.
The starting centers over and under on rebounds started at 3. That is
3 rebounds.
crazy, bro.
Dark times.
Ray said, "I thought we don't have assets. Didn't realize we had Davis Bertans, whose value is equal to 1 first-round pick and 1 rotational player. And Nico, we trust." He can do anything.
Shout out to Larry who said
Bro,
he had no value.
honestly speaking, that new CBA made the Mavericks "quote unquote" rebuild
Yep.
way more likely to be successful
Yeah.
because it made those contracts way more valuable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to look at wings that the Mavericks can get for this TPE. outside of Bruce Brown.
Let's see. They all talking to themselves. All right, Ribs back again. He said Kai got that dog mentality. Plus, Kobe was his favorite player, so he takes his craft serious. I pray Luka can get that same mentality. I think Luka takes it seriously. He's just young. That's the.
You can take the game seriously, just not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other guys don't take the game serious, or they work out serious.
No recovery bears, Luka. Stay away from those and shit, Luka.
And Nick and Sam. Stop going to Nick and Sam's.
Dirk good. He need to talk to Dirk. Dirk like go to the
Sam
Bears.
hard, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to go one of these days. I need to get that budget right though.
Man, they talk to each other heavy in here. I can't even find the next WTM. All right, here we go. Richard said, thanks to guys that help. No problem, Richard.
No problem.
Mavs 772, what's up? Said, I wouldn't mind Powell back since he is an insurance policy that doesn't really get injured. I'm just scared they start him. I mean, he just missed like the whole year, 3 years ago.
Max Strus.
No, like that's
We interested in Max
Strus.
I know he said he don't like Luka, but
I'll take him over to Dwight Powell.
Who?
Strus.
Max Strus from Miami.
it's really not a great wing market out there as far as like full mid-level exception.
Yeah.
Trash. Tyler says it was Stein. Okay, yeah, as far as giving the report.
Yeah, a few people had messaged me too to confirm it when we were trying to figure that out.
That means it's gospel, right, bro? That's what you said?
Hey, if Stein said
they come from Mark Stein, I believe it.
GD Mav says we get Bruce Brown and I'm calling it Mavs to the finals. I hear you, GD. They ain't with you. They're gonna be with you though later on in the season. I hear you.
If we have a successful offseason, I'm getting season tickets.
Y'all not getting pumped already? I know y'all. Y'all got an inside feel like this might be something right here.
The fact we have the money already has me pumped.
And Luka in shape, supposedly.
For now.
That's the
As soon as he get back to America and starts eating this processed food.
This is the comment. This is the comment right here.
Riv says the moment we come out to some young Dolph and Bobby Schmurda, then I know we serious about winning. I'm tired of hearing that come out to Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift. Hey,
I need to turn on a Mavs game, and the introduction is coming out, and all I hear is, "Don't play with me, play with you."
You like the Duro music theme song?
Dolph.
Hey, I got another report that just came out.
Yes, sir.
So when we were trying to get Clint Capella, apparently the Hawks were trying to get Josh Green or Jaden Hardy, and we refused to.
Yeah, okay.
Atlanta crazy for that.
So Atlanta smoking dick.
Red says, I guess it's talking about Ayton has all the tools. His mindset has to change, but that would only happen if he leaves the Suns. He hates them. That's how I feel.
I'm willing to take that risk.
DeAndre Ayton is the Jaden Smith meme from Karate Kid.
Yeah,
I hate it. Yeah, I got you.
Johnny B says Lively scares me because he can be another Moses Brown, Willie Cauley-Stein, or he can be Chandler. No, y'all keep falling into that trap about saying
Moses Brown looked like a baby deer just being birthed into the world as he runs. Willie Cauley-Stein is 7'3" wingspan, while Lively has a 7'7" wingspan, so he has more tools.
Lively more skillful.
I look at Lively. So first thing I saw when I looked at him, I thought his feet were kind of slow. But as I watched him more, I realized he knows his feet are slow and he anticipates his decision making. He doesn't he's not overreacting. His timing is elite. Like it kind of reminded me of Walker Kessler. Like if you don't pay attention to, like you just look at him and make assumptions like everybody was doing, you think this dude isn't effective, but it's that IQ, the knowledge of being able to anticipate angles and decide what a player is going to do based on how he's watching how the guy is dribbling to determine, all right, he's about to go up right now, so this is when I need to time my block. And I never see him. I've rarely seen him leave his feet early on a block. Like he's always on time, whether or not he actually gets there.
From what I've seen of him,
but he's always on time.
Oh my goodness, man! This man ain't that guy. But as far as what I see from him is he's 7'2" dude. Like, so when I watch him, I can't tell he's 7'2". It's like I look at him being slower because I'm like, damn, that guy's a slow center. But then I think about it, I'm like, he's 7'2". He's actually moving pretty fast for a 7'2" dude. Is what I feel like. So as long as he can outrun the center that's supposed to be behind him, if anybody's in front of him other than the center, he's jamming that. So
if you looked at that video that Coach Spins did, by the way, shout out to Coach Spins. He has awesome scouting tapes. I mean, he showed some glimpses of switchability and able to hang with wings out in the perimeter and contest shots out there. So when I saw that, I was like, okay.
He doesn't panic.
YouTube channels that I watch around draft time for like scouting reports. Hoop Intellect on YouTube.
Okay.
Boxing One on YouTube.
Yeah, that's Coach Spins is Boxing One.
Okay. I like him because he's done more prospects, but I like Hoop Intellect because while he's showing the tape, he's talking over it and explaining things as opposed to just having the text there. But both, like Derek Lively's tape, the positives obviously, like, and first of all, Moses Brown and Willie Cauley-Stein, I ain't never seen them boys protect the rim like he did in college at all. Like, yeah.
Willie Cauley was a beast in college.
No, he was, but still,
Moses was like 90% upside. He just the legs just he never got his legs under him really.
Ain't Moses like 26 now?
Something like that.
I don't think he's that old. He came out young.
He moved like he had a growth spurt over the summer.
He think he's 24, 25.
You say he grew to 7'8"?
The way he moved, it just looked like he was probably like
man, who the hell is
a year ago.
I searched Moses Brown. Some dude with a George Washington wig and a top hat came up.
That's his dad.
Moses Brown was an American
abolitionist. Yeah, he was trying to free the
Allegedly. Go ahead, bro.
He's 23.
He's 23? Oh, he still got a chance.
We should have kept Moses Brown, man. We should have never got rid of Moses Brown.
His birthday's not till October. That's crazy.
We had to put a low, and we kept sitting with the white power in them. We could have went and got other centers and used them as like a project.
Yeah, that was my vision for Moses Brown. Like people, when I was high on Moses Brown, it wasn't because I thought he was him. Like now, I can see potential in him over time.
My man, Bibs. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. We're gonna probably cut it there too, guys. Over 2 hours. My wife is texting me.
This is an awesome one, though, guys.
Yeah, it was a good one, man.
I'm glad I was able to make
me too
because I did work today, and then my manager was like, "Yeah, I need to." I'm usually off Sundays. He was like, "Yeah, I need to switch." So I'm here chilling this morning, and I look, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, they doing the roundtable today." I said, "Let me hit them up and try to slide up in there, man."
My man called out
in the morning. He's like, "Oh, we said he coming on." What? Okay. But yeah, listen, guys, we definitely appreciate you guys hopping on, man. Y'all know y'all always welcome to hop on, man. We definitely appreciate y'all boys, man. Listen, guys, if you're new to the channel, you're into Mav content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. Y'all already know it's a whole lot more to talk about, man. We got a whole lot more Mav coverage to get to. Free AC's right around the corner. We almost there. We got Summer League coming up, man. So there's a lot of other interesting things popping up here pretty soon. We're gonna definitely get into. Everybody is watching the show, man. Please hit that like button, guys. Please hit that like button, man. Listen, it helps us build that algorithm up, man, to find more Mad fans like y'all to come have conversations with us, man. Plus, also, too, guys, I got all these guys' socials. I guess I can see, well, except for recent Bills, they don't have their stuff up under their name, but
I do got my
name.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they got their tags there, but also got their stuff down in the description box below, guys. So you can follow them on all their socials and YouTube channels, and what you can watch listen to recent Bibs on podcast form on all podcast streaming services. I will have this up today on all podcast streaming services. You can follow us on all our socials. I got all our socials links down below in the description box. On LinkedIn, we're under Glow Sun Productions, and I think that's probably about it. What else? Am I missing anything, King?
Yeah, the merchandise. We got new merchandise. I know it don't look as pretty as TGK's page yet. Yeah, we're working on it. But we're gonna get our merchandise all on there. We got new merchandise. Y'all see the We Talk Mavs hat. Bro, left me hanging today. I thought he was gonna join me again. But
I had to put my gift bag stuff on, man. Shout out to Mark Cuban, man.
Shout out to him. I'm still not wearing Maverick stuff yet. I need to see the season. But see, that's why it's Kyrie
about.
I gotta watch the season though, man. Hey,
that's
old news. That's old news, man. Don't. But yeah, please, y'all share, and more shares. We appreciate everything y'all do. It's because of the Glow, y'all. We get to build these relationships with these wonderful fellas and other just content creators and wonderful fans like you guys. So please continue, y'all. We're trying to get more folks. We lined up to try to possibly get our guy Greg from Greg's Court back on next weekend. So hopefully we can get that lined up. But definitely thanks to the panel, everybody that joined the show today. You guys are wonderful. You're not just like I guess associates and all. You guys are truly our friends now. Like this is Mavs for life, and thank y'all. So that's what's up.
Yes, sir, man. Like I said, we definitely appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate the Glow Yard. We apologize we didn't get to all the questions and comments, man. Y'all know how it is. We get together, we get to talking, time fly by. So yeah, listen, guys, that's gonna do it for us. We'll be back here on Tuesday evening, 10:30 p.m. Same Mav time, same Mav channel. Go Mavs, and we out.
Peace.